Are live. Welcome to the Best Phone Plans podcast. So great of all of you to be joining us today. We are talking iPhone 14, the best trade-in deals, the fact that iPhone 14 no longer has a SIM tray, which model you should pre-order if you are interested in pre-ordering, and so much more. It's going to be a great conversation. Before we dive into it, as always, we got to ask the man, the myth, the legend, Dennis, how are you doing today? Loving the haircut, by the way.
Thank you. And I am always doing good, my friend. It is a joyous time of year for all phone lovers, especially of the section that likes Apple products like yourself. Um, and we just came off the heels of a great event from Apple. Plus, there's been some other good news when it comes to people that are trying to save a quick buck to get the new iPhones for the cheap that I'm sure we'll be talking about today's show.
We absolutely will, Dennis. First, we got to welcome some people in the chat. We got Bone Daddy 0755 here. We got Insane Fire 10 YouTube. We got our friend Austin here, Jonathan, Art K, Kazi, Max Tech Studios. We also got Tesla Cowboy sent us Dennis is looking good. Insane Fire 10 YouTube saying, since I'm planning on upgrading from the 10R to probably a 13, 14 is no different. From Xmas, should I switch to another monthly plan? Wow, we already got some questions pouring in, Dennis. I think before we get to the questions, I think we should talk about what's actually new with the iPhones. And it should be pretty easy because there's not a whole lot new.
Well, I
And
actually disagree. This is the year of connectivity for iPhones because that's been the major focus for this stream. Um,
I guess you're right. Basically, we got iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Plus. What's new in terms of physical dimensions? iPhone 14, the same as your 13, same size, same dimensions, same screen, nothing really different there. The 14 Plus is new. It's 6.7 inches. That's going to be the same as the iPhone 13 Pro Max. It's the same as that max size. And great battery life. They're doing the emergency SOS via satellite. Dennis, you want to just talk about that? I mean, this is the kind of connectivity thing I feel like you were alluding to here.
yeah, so Apple made a really big focus this event on connectivity and like emergency SOS based services. Basically, what Apple did is they designed their antenna to be able to connect to satellite, and they even designed a whole like app around it to like help users be able to pinpoint to get that connection. They optimized the SMS based texting, and they created like this pre-formatted template for like what first responders would likely need as far as information goes. So if you run into a situation where you're not getting any cellular connectivity, you can still hopefully get the help that you need if you're in a disastrous situation. And it kind of goes along with some of the other enhancements that they made with the car crash detection, which has been introduced now with all these iPhones. So like it's supposed to be able to tell like what kind of accident you're in, and also immediately contact first responders for you automatically, which is really cool if you don't like turn off the notification on the phone. And they really got into also some other health related issues with their new Apple Watch line as well, which I kind of feel like this whole saving you from disaster was kind of like a bit of a focus for them this
Yeah, it
year.
was it was really interesting. So yeah, you're 100% correct. Apple built special antennas using Qualcomm's new chip, actually, their new modem, to connect directly to satellites. And what's amazing is these aren't like the low Earth orbiting Starlink satellites. These are your way out there, super high above the sky satellites. That is a really funny RK. Buy our iPhone 14 or you will die. And what's interesting is you actually need to carefully hold your phone. Like you need to track the satellite and stay connected to it. And it'll take anywhere from 15 seconds, 30 seconds, maybe even a couple minutes for that message to send. And then, as you said it perfectly, Apple has a new system for transmitting these messages where it's going to first prompt you with a bunch of different prompts. Like, are you injured? Is someone else injured? Are you stranded? Are you lost? Things like that. What emergency services would normally ask you, you'll tap on the answers locally on your device. And once you've answered the questions, it will then compress everything and send that via the emergency SOS satellite service. And I think this touches perfectly on the compression you were talking about with our previous show about T-Mobile's satellite implementation, where iMessages are huge. So it's not really using iMessage. It's using like a new format that's actually going to compress the message because it's too big otherwise.
Well, I actually specifically said even like a standard SMS is going to be challenging. But yeah, this solved Apple's implementation from what we've seen so far essentially addressed the majority of the critiques that I had and issues that I had with T-Mobile's decision and like the partnering of Starlink. Now, from a technical aspect at the very least. Now, there is one thing I want to say that I am slightly irked about with this service that Apple's offering. It's an emergency based service, and Apple is giving it to us for free
For two
for
years.
2 years. Afterwards, they want to charge for something like this. Now, we don't know what the charging scheme will look like. There was some discussion that we had yesterday when I was talking to Sneed and with the audience about how it might be included with like their Apple subscription or something. But I am of the camp, as socialist Dennis would be, that a emergency service like this should be free and accessible to all, not some like Apple tied down restricted feature that costs money.
I'm just bringing out a different graphic. I agree with you, Dennis, and I think the idea behind something like this is that hopefully it would almost never be needed by consumers, right? Like you don't want to be an emergency. And I definitely understand like Apple inherits a cost, but they're also printing money. And I think your $830 iPhone 14, your $930 iPhone 14 Plus, your $1,000 iPhone 14 Pro, or $1,100 iPhone 14 Pro Max should be able to cover the cost of
Well,
the service.
well, there's two parts here. One, the socialist me doesn't even think that a private company should have the responsibility of bearing the cost. I actually think the government should be stepping in here and funding this and putting down legislation that makes it treated like how E911 calling works today, where all the carriers just have to open it up. And the second thing I just want to say is on your topic about printing money, in the case of Apple here, with specifically how this feature is designed versus how T-Mobile was talking about using theirs, the instances where someone should have to use this feature, realistically speaking, should be zero for most consumers, because most consumers aren't actually going to run into a situation where they're relying on this, right? Like most people are in urban, suburban environments where cellular coverage of some kind will exist. That will obviously be the main drawback, the main coverage mechanic here. And for the people that do go out into these very remote places, like maybe you're going on a nice hike, I know you like to do that sometimes, Stetson.
Colorado, yeah.
But you would probably also be the kind of person that would actually bring a legitimate satellite phone if you knew you were going out on such an excursion.
Yeah, there are definitely people who have it's like an emergency like beacon thing. I don't exactly know what it does, but I feel like it contacts emergency services and like lets them know your location or something. And should obviously be used sparingly. But I think I think it's good that this is becoming a implementation that T-Mobile's working on and Apple's working on. So we're gonna have T-Mobile customers will have more options. Like this will be built into iPhone and will just work. And then T-Mobile's implementation will hopefully work in like 2 years or whatever when it's actually rolled out. But the fact that this is coming super soon and will work out of the box is awesome.
Side note, you know what else I think is pretty cool is this $2 super chat we got coming in from Louis B saying, "Whoa, back-to-back content, keep it up." Louis, thank you for the incredible generosity.
Yeah.
Also, I'm kind of laughing at some of the comments that are sort of coming in here on the side here from Jason Heath specifically. He's like, imagine those headlines if someone forgot to pay their emergency SOS subscription. And
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. On the one hand, I think this is a service Apple could easily sell, right? Like, hey, you want to be safe, here's like an emergency connectivity package. I could even see them selling this for just like a couple of weeks, like a week pass or something like that. Wow. Thank you, Oscar, for the generous super chat. uh, looks like 500 pesos. Do you know what that currency is? But thank you
Uh,
very much. Truly
I'm not
appreciate it.
sure, but it's red, so it must be a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's or like the color on YouTube, like it's orange. So, um, but
And yeah,
uh,
so I guess like a couple things I want to mention. Someone was talking about what if um this is Andy. What about natural disasters, power and cell services out? The satellite communication will still work even if you're not connect like it connects directly to the satellite. So this is a great solution for that. And I think T-Mobile would also work because it's connecting to a Starlink satellite as opposed to anything that's on the ground. So as long as your phone has battery, this should work. And yeah, Dennis, like as you mentioned, if you're out hiking in Colorado, this is really like that's the purpose. That was in the demo video, right? Like they're out hiking. This person like breaks their leg or whatever, and you can't really see this on the stream, but they break their leg. They need emergency help. You take the time to connect to the satellite. You send a text. You get your location. It's gonna help.
but
Um,
real quick, I need to say something just to make my case clear here. I'm not opposed to Apple monetizing satellite-based service. Like if they wanted to eventually add in the future the ability to make satellite voice-based calls or satellite-based data, I am all for them monetizing that.
yeah.
I just specifically have an issue with it being like an SOS based feature, like this like limited text based feature. Like I have an issue with that in particular being monetized. And someone actually mentioned something earlier that I wanted to highlight because I'm all about getting those opposing views. It was from Michael Voorhees. He said, "You have to pay for 911. It's an added tax to your phone bill, landline or mobile. So why shouldn't you have to pay for this? Stupid to suggest otherwise." Well, in this scenario, you're right. There's a tax collected to cover the cost for 911 emergency services and stuff like that. My point is that if we are going to come up with a way to pay this, like it should be something that everybody pulls the pot into because it's important for everyone to have access to this versus as someone else mentioned the hilarious article, like imagine the headlines if you couldn't contact 911. That was kind of my point. I'm saying the government should fund this.
Look, I mean, how is this different from a regular satellite phone, though? You have to buy the phone individually, and then you need to pay for a texting plan. It seems pretty similar, yes?
Mm, I mean, I guess. Like, I mean, yeah, I mean,
I think it's definitely more of a niche use case. Like, not everyone's going out hiking and like breaking their leg or whatever. And people who do are gonna have like
all right.
alternative methods.
Will you at least agree with me on this? If they do decide to monetize and charge, this should be a circumstance where they charge after you get to use it, not like if you didn't pay for the subscription in advance, you're just screwed. Will you at least agree with me on that?
Um, I mean, yeah, it's tricky because if you're in an emergency situation, like obviously you don't want money to be a barrier of being saved, right? That's why hospitals accept pretty much all patients and you figure out the billing later. I think I would want that to be an option to be set up because there's definitely the risk of someone who's more like your Mint Mobile customer who's on the prepaid plan trying to get the cheapest deal out there. They may not want to incur like a $20 satellite charge, right? So I think this strategy, if I was to,
Holy crap, Stetson! I'm sorry, we gotta hold the phones.
oh my God.
Carl B just dropped a freaking nuke on this stream with $100 dono. He said, "Thanks for saving him the $100+ a month, Stetson." Carl,
Wow. Carl, you are the man. This is incredible. I want to take time out of this stream to thank you personally for the astonishing generosity and for the kind donation. And I truly hope you enjoy your monthly savings. Yeah, that means a lot to me. That's why we do this. That's why we're motivated. That's why we're here talking about deals and stuff to help save you money.
dude, yeah, seriously, thank you so much, man. And on the super train. God, I can't even talk.
The super chat train.
On the super dono train here, we got Santiago Asa coming in with a $5 super chat of his own saying, "Hey Stetson and Dennis, hope you're doing well. Pre-ordering my iPhone 14 Pro first thing at 5 a.m. tomorrow. I am sure I'll be joining you."
Me too. Me too. That's all I can say. And wow, is there like a glitch in the system, or are there actually over 1,000 people watching right now?
Oh,
That's definitely a glitch in the system.
probably.
Anyhow, yeah, thank you so much. All right, we're gonna I think scooch a little bit quicker through this content. So yeah, I think strategically, like, enable a feature where you like turn on an option for postpaid service. Like if I need this, I'll pay for it. And also make it so that you won't accidentally be billed for it. But it's a pretty intentional use case, so it wouldn't be accidental. What else is new? There's a new camera on the back of the 14 Pro. Excuse me, the 14. New camera on the back. Let's actually go to just like the overview. All right, pretty much the same design. We got colors: blue, purple, midnight, starlight, product red, ceramic shield, same display. iOS 16 is coming out. It's going to look sweet. It's going to be available for all your existing phones, so don't worry too much about that. We got the emergency service, crash detection, which Dennis, you mentioned. This is like, yeah, Apple's like, if you're going to die, you want iPhone in your pocket, which is really funny. Extra battery. Yeah, new camera on the back. There's a new main sensor. This is actually from the 13 Pro from last year, so I have one. Takes phenomenal pictures. Dennis, you have one. How would you say the picture quality is?
On the iPhone 13 Pro Max,
Yeah,
I'd say honestly, it's probably arguably the best camera.
there you
Arguably.
go. Arguably the best camera. That's going to come in the entry level iPhone 14 now. And they have a new action mode, I think. And it's better video stabilization. Also, you can now do that cinematic mode in 4K. Previously, it was limited to 1080p. And the selfies. There's actually an improved selfie camera that has autofocus. It's going to look better. Look, it's not that exciting. It's the same processor as last year, A15 Bionic, and they removed the SIM tray. Oh man, I have so many thoughts on this. Let's save that, put a little plug in that, and come back. iPhone 14 Pro, again, pretty much the same. Actually, all new camera system here.
Yeah, they introduced the 48 megapixel main lens, which is a big welcomed addition, and they're doing something that Samsung's actually been doing for a while with those 48 megapixels, where they're breaking up each pixel into like four distinct pixels, like four smaller
Yeah.
pixels to make a super pixel
So
for better
that's
low light
called
performance.
I think it's quad binning, I want to say. No, it's a quad Bayer, excuse me, a quad Bayer sensor. And this is actually, I think, in the sensor technology. And what it does is it's a 48 megapixel sensor, but it takes 4 pixels that are adjacent together and combines them into 1 pixel. And it's using the data from all 4 pixels to create a sharper, brighter overall pixel. So it's getting more light, getting more detail. Look, bottom line, I think this camera is going to absolutely slap. It's going to be epic. It is going to be epic. A 65% larger sensor. It's going to be just so good. So good.
I
Better low
am,
light performance.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see what Apple does with the new camera hardware. They didn't make any mention of supporting 8K in any way, but I'm hoping that maybe if we're really lucky, they'll do some software updates later on to basically do some super sample. You don't think that will happen?
It's not going to if it doesn't ship with 8K, it's not getting it. And quite
What
frankly, I don't think it should get it because 8K has zero use case right now and looks terrible on the
well,
Galaxy phones.
well, hear me out real quick. What I was gonna say was Stetson is they could do super sampling. So basically capture the image in 8K and then bring it back down to 4K.
I hear you. It's typically better from a sensor to read out at the largest pixel size possible. And so, like, I bought a really, really expensive camera that shoots 4K 120 frames per second, and it's only 12 megapixels because that's all you need for 4K. And the pixels look really, really good. So there you go. Anyway, totally new camera system on the 14 Pro. I'm probably the most excited about this. We also got the some camera features, the smooth. They kind of like blew through this. I'm curious what you think about the wait for it, the island. Dennis?
At first when I was
Dynamic
hearing
Island.
about the yeah, so at first when I was hearing about the rumors of this pill-shaped notch, I was actually really against it. I'm not gonna lie, but seeing what Apple did, like playing into the notch, even though based off rumors this was like a fail, but seeing what they were able to do with it, I'm actually not too against it. I think the dynamic island, I mean that's Apple just being Apple with their naming, but it kind of
I
reminds.
audibly laughed out loud when they said that on stage. I thought it was so funny.
But what it reminds me of specifically, Stetson, is like, you know how on Android, there's these custom like wallpapers that you can get from like the Samsung Galaxy Play Store on Samsung phones,
Yeah.
and the different like launchers and stuff. It basically reminds me of like one of those custom wallpapers where like they would hide like the pinhole on like the S10s when those first came
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Except unlike a static image, this is well dynamic and being fairly useful. So like how they're like doing these different notifications, I think that's pretty cool. My one little thing I have minorly against it is that I feel like it's going to cause a lot more smudging now to happen on the camera lens because you're going to constantly be having your fingers up there.
Perhaps I hear what you're saying. Like sometimes there'd be things to tap. I don't necessarily think the camera is a tap target though. Like from what I'm seeing, it looks like it's going to the right or left of
I
the
mean,
camera. So
it's not, but think about how fat your fingers are, or at least how fat my fingers are.
sure, yeah,
Stetson.
okay, I see what you're talking about. Yeah,
Like if I'm going up here to tap something, I'm gonna indirectly hit the.
you're
part
gonna
of
hit
the-
everything. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Always on display. We saw this come in. Looks great. New display. LTPO goes down to 1 hertz.
2000 nit brightness. Oh,
Probably for like 5 seconds though. These things overheat so quickly, and then the screen is just so dim.
I'm sad that ProMotion didn't make its way to the base iPhones.
Me too. All right. I mean, that's all I really want to talk about this. It's got new cameras. It's gonna have a great battery. Always on display. Dynamic Island. It's here.
Can
It's
we
got
talk
good
about
battery
one
life.
thing that grinds my gears, makes me spicy?
What makes you spicy?
Let's talk about how this phone still doesn't have support for Wi-Fi 6E and still doesn't have support for 4x4 freaking MIMO on the Wi-Fi.
Okay, we can talk about that. What do you want to talk about that?
Exactly what I just said.
Okay.
I'm mad that after all these years and all this money, Apple is still gimping the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Look, I think Wi-Fi could be better. That particular feature for me, I don't feel like I need it.
Well, you don't have a 6E router.
I don't have a 6E router. I doubt many people do.
But I covered this yesterday. 6E is incredibly important because it was the first time in like literally over 2 decades that the FCC actually allocated more spectrum for unlicensed Wi-Fi use. And the reason it's important is because in urban environments, especially in apartment complexes, one common issue that is faced by many people is Wi-Fi interference because there's not enough unique Wi-Fi channels available on the 5 gigahertz or 2.4 gigahertz channels before overlap starts taking effect. 6 gigahertz had a lot more options. So I want to see all devices start leaning into and supporting this beautiful, clean spectrum for those situations. I am someone that's affected by that because I live in a townhouse setting. And then the 4x4 MIMO is important because it literally impacts the ability to stay connected to an access point.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. It could have better performance. Hopefully, we get that next year. Dennis, my question for you. On stage, this is the biggest surprise. This absolutely rocked my world. I could talk about this so much. Apple removed the SIM tray. And it's not just iPhone 14 Pro. It's also iPhone 14. What went through your head, Dennis, when you saw the SIM tray was no longer with iPhone 14?
To be honest, it didn't bother me.
It didn't bother you?
No, I saw your tweets, and I was like, huh, I'm actually a little surprised Stetson feels this way. Doesn't bother me. And
Wow.
remember, Stetson, let's have some background here for people that might not know. What was the main reason why I switched over to Apple in the first place with the iPhone 13 Pro Max? Why did this become my daily driver in the first place?
I actually am unsure. What was the main reason for you, Dennis?
eSIM support on Android sucked, and iPhone nailed it with dual, and specifically the 13 Pro Max fixed the problem that 12 Pro Max had, which was that you can only have one eSIM profile active at a time. This has dual eSIM support,
It's
which
incredible.
which is perfect as someone that has so many different numbers. I wanted one phone to carry around that I could use all three of the networks on conveniently and easily. eSIM was the reason this became the daily driver. Oops.
Wow. So there you go. So you're probably ambivalent to this. Don't care at all.
Not really. I mean, look, I am a little upset because I'm cognizant of the fact that there's a lot of MVNOs out there that don't support eSIM yet. And when we talk about internationally speaking, especially over in Asia specifically and Africa, eSIM adoption isn't very good compared to, like, say, here in the States or like in Europe. But that being said, the industry moves based off of Apple, and the fact that they did this is going to force companies now to adopt eSIM and refine the process, or to basically die, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, look, here's my thought. First, this basically killed my job. And the reason I say that is because I test out a bunch of different prepaid cell phone carriers. A lot of them don't support eSIM just yet. The other thing is I am constantly switching my SIM card between devices. I'm taking it out, I'm throwing it in a Pixel 3a to test the QCI value. I'm throwing it in an Android phone so I can run simultaneous speed tests, see specifically what bands it's connected to. I'm throwing it back in the iPhone to run more tests. And I'm doing that all the time. And a great example, this year, Dennis, was the year I was like, all right, I missed it last year. I dropped the ball. I wanted to do an iPhone full speed test, like iPhone 13 versus 12 versus 11 versus 11 Pro, like how the cellular performance has evolved over time. Now, with iPhone 14 being eSIM only, I can't do that. Why is this? Well, actually, a lot of the old iPhones will support eSIM, but to transfer the eSIM has been so challenging previously that I haven't been able to do it. And then I'd also want to be able to take that SIM card and put it in Android phones and use it later. So for me, it really sucks. It sucks exceptionally hard. I think for travelers who visit countries internationally, it's also a huge downer because eSIM isn't as widely adopted. And in fact, the international model of the iPhone, Canada, Mexico, the UK, like pretty much literally everywhere else in the world the iPhone is sold, it will have a physical SIM tray, which shows you that other countries outside the US aren't ready for it. I would argue the US wasn't ready for it either. Like, there are, out of these 60 carriers, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile Business, AT&T Business, Mint Mobile, US Mobile, Xfinity Mobile, all of the carriers on my website. I have 60 of them right now in the US. Only 25, I have noted, support eSIM. So, yeah. It was too soon, Dennis. It was too soon.
Yeah, but I mean,
what do I do?
Looking back at history sets that, I mean, you're a MacBook lover, right? When
Yeah.
Apple went all in on USB-C and Thunderbolt, right? It was a little bit too soon for that too, and yet look what happened to the rest of the industry. They basically hastened the adoption of using USB-C.
Well, you could get an adapter, Dennis. You could adapt, all right, USB-C to whatever. I can't look. Am I going to be able to adapt my Lightning port to a SIM card tray?
I mean, technically speaking, yes,
technically it's possible, but that product will never exist. It'll never exist. I'm curious about the audience. What do you guys think? And look, Dennis, AT&T. Have you tried to activate AT&T on eSIM? What happens?
Actually, yes. That's what I have. I have the only physical SIM on my phone is the T-Mobile one. eSIM is AT&T and Verizon on here for eSIM. And yes, I do remember that you need to scan a blue QR code to make it happen. And that's a rough experience, and it's sad. But once you do it, it's actually really easy to switch over your eSIM profile between iPhones because it's tied in with your Apple ID. So when you do like the transfer of the backups, it just asks you if you want to like bring it over. So it's pretty easy.
Well, look, how frequently? Look, that means you have to literally reset a phone and sign in to transfer the eSIM.
No. That's not how that works. No.
Describe it again.
In my scenario, I was talking about setting up a new phone.
Yeah,
but you can also move it between the phones. Like I can go back to my 12 Pro Max and put my AT&T number on there if I want to.
Really? How do you do that?
As long as it's signed to the same Apple ID and I don't remove it from the settings on that device, it'll stay there, and I just have to re-click it. It'll download its thing. Provisioning will turn off on the old one, be active on the new one. It's really easy. But Stetson, you're getting me off track from the main point that I want to bring up here. Realistically speaking here, for like 90% of the typical consumers, which includes your average consumer that's going to be watching your content, I don't think this is a problem for them, because most people are going to be picking companies that either already have support for eSIM or are very close to having. And by that, I mean they're going to be going with AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon. They'll be going with...
the prepaid carriers all support it now.
Yeah, they'll be going with the
Cricket
prepaid
just
Cricket.
launched it.
Xfinity Mobile just launched it.
Just like yesterday, literally.
Yep. So Cricket, Xfinity Mobile, Visible, US Mobile, Metro PCS all support it. Mint supports it. I mean, the big players that matter, that most people are going to be interacting with, do support it already. And like I said before, change or die. If you don't support it, you will die.
I don't know, Dennis. So last year when the 13 came out and I was transferring my Mint Mobile eSIM, it didn't work. And I was without service, without my personal phone number for 48 hours, which was a bit of a bummer for me. So I think there's issues. Like for Mint, I had to go into the application and spend $3 on a new eSIM every time I wanted to switch phones. That was a huge bummer. I'm looking
Wait,
at...
you had to spend money, you said?
Yep, that's right. It was $3 to purchase a new eSIM from Mint. And the only way I was able to transfer between already set up iPhones was to purchase a new SIM card. Same with Visible. I need to contact Visible support. It takes at least 30 minutes. And look, my iPhone right now, I have some eSIM lines. Oh, transfer not supported on any of them. Transfer not supported.
That sounds like a Mint problem, not because T-Mobile lets you do transfer if you want.
Yeah, I think you have to, sign into your account. I could try it and test it out. I'm hoping iOS 16 fixes it. Okay,
iOS 16 does fix a lot of problems, specifically with Verizon.
Yeah.
Specifically, look, Stetson, I'm telling you right now, once we get to the point where, like, goes back to what I said, this is going to force the carriers that have it but haven't refined the process to make it easier to do so, or they will die. And we want this change because, literally speaking, eSIM in practice should be the most convenient thing ever. It should be as easy as downloading an app from the App Store.
It should be, and it's not there yet. That's why I was so upset.
Corey Weston's touching on it. AT&T lets you transfer straight from the settings, iOS 16.
That's good to hear. But yeah, I don't have iOS 16 yet. I've just been dealing with my past experience, which has literally required a new eSIM for every transfer, and it's been a bummer. And I don't know what to do. So. And then if I want to use to Android, have you ever tried swapping from iPhone to Android, Dennis?
With eSIM?
Yeah.
Yes.
How did that go for you?
Basically, the way it worked is it's essentially like activating a new eSIM line. So, you literally, in the case of Verizon, you would scan the QR code.
You have to request a new eSIM then in order to do that?
Yeah, you basically have to call. Well, in the case of Verizon, you had to call them, scan the QR code, do all that fun stuff.
How is that better than just popping a SIM card out and popping it in the new device?
I mean, you were going to have to call them for a SIM card anyway.
What? No, you weren't. You already have a physical SIM card. You eject it. You put it in your phone. Done. It was so easy. Look, Dennis, you're right. eSIM is the future. It should be fast. It should be easy. Apple actually brings up a good point where... traveling is what does it say? It can't be removed from your iPhone if you lose or someone steals your iPhone. So they can't just pop the SIM out and it'll lose connection to the network. No, it'll always have connection. All right, here's a question. What if your phone is damaged?
Again, this is issues that need to be addressed to make eSIM better, which is why it's great that Apple is forcing people to do so.
Trial by fire. It is.
But I will say, Apple, in the case of Apple, they've already, like I said before, as long as you can sign into your iCloud ID, your eSIM profile with AT&T is attached to your Apple ID. So if your phone gets damaged, as long as you're able to sign into your iCloud, you will be able to recover that. You're fine. I can't speak for other carriers like Verizon, who are the ones that are really screwing it up, but AT&T's kind of got it down at the moment. And they are the iPhone carrier, after all. Which, let's change gears. I'm tired of this topic. This is not what this channel is known for.
This is just this is boring. Stetson has a niche problem.
This is not what this channel is known for. What this channel is known for is saving people money. And Stetson, you've been doing a lot of research. Let's talk about the best ways to actually get our hands on these brand spanking new iPhone 14s that are going to be coming out at tomorrow at like 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for us Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, you get wrecked. Actually, no, I think they changed it. I think it's like 8. Let's see. It's on my calendar. I'll give you the exact time. My calendar app froze. Let me just restart that quickly. It is, yeah, it's 8 a.m. 8 a.m. Eastern. They actually made it comfortable tomorrow.
That works. I have to get up at 7 anyway, so. And also, Alternate Reality said, you're living in the present. I'm hoping for the better eSIM future. So this is rare because I feel like these are opposite views for us here. Honestly.
It's so true. Yeah, look, look, here's the reason I'm bummed. I'm bummed because I was really looking forward to iPhone 14 Pro. I was super excited for the brand new design. It was going to feel like a brand new phone. I am a sucker for good cameras on iPhone. I've actually had a scratch on my personal phone for the past year. This is actually, Dennis, you were here. I put 2 iPhones in one pocket and the lens of one scratched the glass of the other. So I've just been living with this like mild annoyance. Nothing I could do about it. I was ready for a brand new phone. I was ready for a black iPhone. I wanted that last year, but due to some pre-ordering issues on Verizon's website, I ended up with the white one. I was stoked. And Apple removing the SIM tray is basically like them saying, I can't get the new iPhone because I feel like I just need the SIM tray right now. So we'll see. And I'm curious. We'll talk about what we're getting later. But first, let's talk about, Dennis, as you mentioned to the audience, what you can get.
Real quick, yeah. I didn't realize this, but if you go on the YouTube video, that's, you know how we have the donation thing set up?
Yeah.
It's still showing the 6G card.
I do see that. I have absolutely no idea how to fix that. And so I apologize. And look, that was a powerful donation, okay? Carl B had a powerful donation, and it deserves to stay there. So.
I think if you just turn off the thing in the apps, I don't have access to it.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Let's do.
Yeah, Skyshunk commented. I didn't even realize because I had it paused in the background, but
that's good. Did it fix it? Does anyone know?
I'm checking.
Yeah, there we go. Boom.
All right, there you go. Sorry about that.
No, Carl B, he deserved it. All right.
Yeah, he deserved it.
We're looking at the epic trade-in deals. So first of all, a couple of things are happening with the trade-in deals. You're going to go to Apple's website. We're going to go to iPhone. You want to do 14? Let's do 14. I feel like 14 is going to be most popular. Or wait, are you guys like 14 people? 14 Pro Max is going to be most popular.
No, I think 14 Plus and the 14 Pro regular will be most popular because of the $1,000 trade-in, because that covers the cost.
Oh,
why would you go with a regular 14 when you could get a 14 Pro for free?
100%. All right. So this is the scoop. Up at the top, Apple's website, we got see carrier deals, and you can go in, you can see all deals, and you can like click around literally everything. They make it impossible. You have to click each individual iPhone. You got to go that. Then you got to click each individual carrier. It was an absolute mess. I spent like the better half of like 2-3 hours looking at this nonsense for you guys. So I've put everything, you guessed it, in a spreadsheet because I'm an absolute sucker for spreadsheets. And before we dive into the spreadsheet, I actually had a question. Dennis, have you ever seen this before? Let's do our good friend AT&T iPhone 12.
Is that a rhetorical question? Have I ever seen this before?
No. Yeah. This is the actual question. This year, Apple is doing instant trade-in credit plus bill credits for almost all the carriers. Have you seen this before?
Yes. Best Buy.
Best Buy does this.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
They did that when I did my 13 Pro Max.
You did the instant credit and then you had bill credits. Is that right?
Well, I just did the instant credits. But if I would have financed it through T-Mobile, it would have been instant credits plus bill credits. But
did you like just do the instant credit? Like, what was that process like?
Well, I bought my phone outright, so it was instant credit regardless. Like, that was how it worked. I got instant trade-in value for the iPhone 11 that I gave in.
So this was a trade-in deal with Best Buy. Best Buy gave you the instant credit on the device.
Yes, but let's just say I would have financed it, right? The way it would have worked is Best Buy would have gave instant credit, and the remainder would have ended up on your T-Mobile account for financing, broken up over your 24 or 36 months or whatever.
Interesting. Yeah, so this is the second time I've seen this from Apple specifically. And what they did last year was actually with T-Mobile, and they split it where they gave you, and that's exactly what's happening this year. They give you the instant trade-in credit that Apple would give you if you were to trade in your device, and then they take the remaining bill credits and they divide it over 24 months for T-Mobile. It's going to be 36 months on Verizon and 36 months on AT&T. And by doing it this way, you're actually getting an unlocked phone, which is kind of interesting.
Are we confirmed on it being unlocked?
I'm 99% sure because let's see if Apple will show it up.
Because if we are confirmed, that makes it much more peace of mind when I do this AT&T financing deal.
Okay, AT&T is locked.
How do you know?
Okay, so all right, forgive me to go into Twitter for everything.
I'm sorry. Like, I just want to know how you're differentiating is why I'm like.
So John Renger, he just switched to Magenta Max, and this is what he tweeted.
Louis Rossman did too.
Will my new iPhone be unlocked? Yes, an iPhone purchased from Apple.com is unlocked. Once your new iPhone is activated, it remains unlocked, which means you can use it with any network that provides service for iPhone. The exception is when you buy an iPhone with an AT&T installment plan. It will be locked to AT&T and will only work on the AT&T network for the term of your installment plan agreement. So there you go. So to me, that indicates if you go through and you purchase a phone from Apple.com, which is where all of these deals are eligible, if you do a T-Mobile purchase from Apple.com, it will be unlocked. And if you do a Verizon purchase from Apple.com, it'll be unlocked. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it looks like I'll have to buy it through T-Mobile, which I wouldn't want to do.
I'm sorry, Dennis. I'm sorry. But
Dude,
that's
T-Mobile
anyway.
was so bad. Dude, T-Mobile was so bad. I don't want to deal with their customer service. They messed up my promo. It was rough.
I'm
But
sorry about that. All right. Who has the best deals? I think we should just go down the line. iPhone 7. AT&T doesn't do a good job. It's actually Verizon Premium and T-Mobile. This is Magenta Max. Okay, I want that to be clear. So let's make sure we can see that. We got the two categories basically. Your premium plans, Verizon, T-Mobile. AT&T is the same for all, which is pretty nice. And then you have your budget plans, your 5G Start and your Magenta. So these are going to be different. But iPhone 7, it's going to be Verizon Premium and T-Mobile Magenta Max Premium. AT&T, it's actually better to go. Oh, this is what Apple gives you. Apple gives you $40 and $70. So there you go. Same thing is true with the 7 Plus. iPhone 8 looks like Verizon Premium, T-Mobile Magenta Max. Again, the best deals. AT&T comes in, gives you $350, which is pretty good. And then a real surprise actually happens around the iPhone 10. That's where T-Mobile Magenta Max comes in, gives you $800 of credit. That's a free iPhone 14 right there. Same thing with the iPhone SE 2020. iPhone 10R, also going to be completely free. Oh, Dennis, you are holding what looks like an iPhone 10R, but is actually a free iPhone 14. Except if you do it with AT&T, then it's only $350.
are you sure that's correct? Because I'm not sure if that's correct.
All right, let's double check. AT&T iPhone 10R. Oops, I missed it. 10R. $350.
Okay.
There you go.
Technically 380.
How are you getting 380?
This and discounts already clear the full cost.
Okay, there's a $30 connectivity discount, but that's like the unlocked model is $830. And so instead of $830, it's only $800. So it's not really a discount in my opinion. They just charge unlocked customers extra.
Anyway, sorry. Continue with your beautiful Excel sheet, but then we'll talk about what's really impressive, which you told me you were shocked by in my private conversation with you earlier today.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So iPhone 10, it looks like basically if you get to the 10 series, look at this. Actually, Verizon and T-Mobile Premium are kicking butt over AT&T right now. The 10S and the 10X Max, $800 on both, only $350 on AT&T.
It's going to be short-lived, but can we take a moment to appreciate the SE deal for 2020's phone with T-Mobile giving $800 and that phone sold for $400?
That's insane. That is insane. It was actually, let's see. Yeah, sold for $400. There you go.
Yep.
So you're actually getting double the price with T-Mobile Magenta Max. You basically could have owned that phone for free from regular T-Mobile Magenta or even Essentials and Verizon Premium. So that's kind of cool.
And I just want to say, it makes sense that T-Mobile would be so aggressive about it because if you remember, that was the LTE version, and we already know how heavily. Um,
T-Mobile
I would
needs
say it's a
people off the LTE network.
I would say it's basically a requirement if you want to have a good experience to be on T-Mobile's 5G network.
I agree. I agree. And then iPhone 11 is where AT&T catches up and does the $800 of credit. That's down the line, iPhone 11 and newer. What is exceptionally good to see, Dennis, and this ties into all of my math, is the free iPhone 14 deals. Okay, let's just shrink AT&T a little bit. The free iPhone 14 deals start with devices that are 3 years old. Are you seeing this right now? iPhone 11 is 3 years old. That's where the free iPhone 14 deals start. Verizon, you're financing for how many years? 3 years. That means you can finance a new iPhone every 3 years with Verizon, the premium plans, T-Mobile Magenta Max, and any plan on AT&T. Every 3 years, you're getting a free iPhone. That's pretty epic. And it doesn't appear to matter if it's the entry-level model, the Pro model. Well, the Pro model, you obviously have to spend more to get the Pro, but there you go. And that's all the way down the line. I also did this for Pro Max. We can go pretty quickly. It's a pretty similar story here. Magenta Max ends up having the best deals for your older devices, which is kind of insane. And they actually do $1,000 for the 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max. Again, these are 3-year-old devices, which means you can get a free Pro model iPhone every 2 years from T-Mobile Magenta Max.
I just want to mention real quick, I think you made a small-ish mistake with AT&T on this one.
Yeah, what's the mistake here?
Are we sure that the 11 Pro doesn't get 1,000 on AT&T?
Yeah, he's calling me out. I like it. All right, the phone was the 11 Pro, is that correct?
Yes.
So we actually have to go to the iPhone 14 Pro page. So let's do that now. iPhone 14 Pro. We're going to make sure we're getting the best deal possible. View pricing, see all deals.
I don't think it matters what page you were on, but...
Yeah, it did because the 14 Plus page only shows deals for the 14 Plus. And it'll cap out at $800 no matter what. All right. It was the 11?
Pro.
So 11 gets a $800.
Yeah, but I said 11 Pro.
11 Pro. 11 Pro, $800.
Oh man, I was
It's okay.
not aware.
Dude, I spent a long time staring at numbers yesterday.
Listen, I was on that site yesterday. It all blurs.
It all blurs together. I hear what you're saying, but look, AT&T matches what Verizon's doing, Dennis. $800. In fact, Verizon actually has the worst deal for Pro users. If you're a Pro iPhone user, you want to be on T-Mobile Magenta Max or you want to be on AT&T because that's where you're getting $1,000. 11 Pro Max, you get $1,000 on AT&T. But I think, yeah, T-Mobile, what are the 2-year-old phones? That starts with the iPhone 12 series. You could get a free iPhone 12 Pro every 2 years. A free iPhone 12 Pro or iPhone Pro model from T-Mobile every 2 years with their current trade-in cadence right now. AT&T, you couldn't do every 3 years. You'd be paying $200 per year. If you get the Pro Max, like you get more credit, but the device is actually more expensive. So something to keep in mind. And then, when you get to the 12 Pro, even the 13 mini, I was surprised by that. That was an $800 phone, and you're getting $1,000 of credit for that. So yeah, I think it's pretty clear. The Pro model devices, you want to be on Magenta Max, you want to be on AT&T.
Can we talk about where the real trade-in deals are?
Yeah, the real trade-in deals.
Yeah, like the best way you should be scooping one up.
It's so true. All right, so here I'm gonna preface this with a little bit of context. And the context is this. iPhones typically hold their value way better than Android phones. Samsung is doling out Android phones like candy bars all throughout the year. Your Samsung phone devalues quite quickly. iPhones hold their value. Typically, you get a lot of money if you choose to resell your phone. I could resell this iPhone 13 Pro. I'd probably get $750 for it. That's pretty good. But Android phones lose their value very quickly. So if you want to game the system, there is an incredible hack that Dennis was live with Sneed yesterday for, and he found it. Dennis, what is the hack? We're looking at the iPhone.
We're looking at the Android phone specifically. I'm just going to skip right down to the Pixel 4a.
So
on AT&T.
We're on AT&T. We're looking at Pixel 4a. Before we go into this, what did the Pixel 4a sell for, Dennis? It was like a what?
Pixel 4a sold for like
450?
350. No,
350.
let's see. I'm pretty sure Pixel 4a retail price. Yeah, 350. Yeah, it retailed for 350 back in the day, which you can find one used on Swappa for 125, and the trade-in value is $1,000 with AT&T. So they are literally paying you
Look at that.
like 3x the cost of this phone when it came out at full retail. And now in the future, if you wanted to scoop one up real quick off of Swappa,
This is
like
insane. All right,
like I
check
said,
this
you can
out.
get one for like 125.
No. All right. It doesn't. I don't even think it matters what model it is. Like if
It
it's an
doesn't.
AT&T matter a model or not. 127. We got fair, and typically I think fair counts because you're usually looking at just some like minor scratches on it, which is like normal wear and tear. Let's say, Dennis, we're conservative. We want to do good condition.
Okay.
136. All right, it costs you $10 extra. 136
Oh
for
no.
$1,000 of credit.
Oh no, a whole $10 Stetson.
Oh my God, Dennis, this is like the ultimate hack. So the reason I was mentioning the resale value of iPhones is because you can purchase a Pixel 4a for 136 bucks to use as your trade-in device. And then what do? You sell your iPhone on Swappa. Guess what? You just got, let's say, 700 bucks for your old iPhone, and you got a brand new iPhone 14, and you only spent 136 bucks on this Pixel 4a to use as a trade-in device. Like,
Also, I
that
want to address
is the champ.
Colbert's comment real quick. Colbert, I believe AT&T is basing off of retail pricing of phones, and since it retails for 350, you're in the clear.
Interesting.
But screenshotting everything is a good practice.
It is true. When it comes to deals, you want to make sure you are diligent in your practice. But
Although
yeah.
I don't necessarily have the energy to always chase either. Case in point, I'm technically shy 150 on the Xfinity Mobile, but I gotta call them.
Lol. I will say on this topic of trade-in deals, I did the Samsung trade-in deals for the Z Fold 4 and the Z Flip 4. Traded an S21 and an S20 Plus, and the S21 was cleared. Got full credit for that. I think I'm waiting on the S20 Plus to get cleared, but hopefully that happens pretty soon. So
Also, can we take a moment to pause and just talk about the fact that the Galaxy S9 gets less trade-in credit than a Pixel 4a?
S9, jeez, 800
Yeah.
bucks. That's crazy. That's insane. Well, the S9 is, to be fair, I think older.
It is, but it was also a more expensive phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, it's not actually. I'm not sure if it's even actually older.
I think it is.
I'm pretty sure.
See,
No, I'm pretty sure the Pixel 4.
it's a 4A.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the 4 and the 4As were at the same time as the 9. Because I
When
got
did
my
Pixel
dad. I got my dad a
2020.
Pixel 4a.
Nah, it's not, because Pixel 4a came out August 2020, and the Galaxy S20 came out in 2020. So therefore, the S10 was 2019. The S9 was 2018. So this is a 2018 device versus a 2020 device.
Well, I will just say, by the way, AT&T hands down is doing the way better trading deals for Android phones compared to T-Mobile. T-Mobile's really skimping on the
On the
the
Android side of
deals.
things, I think
Yeah.
they want iPhone customers or something. So let's do. I'm just curious. 4A. Oh yeah, get wrecked. 400 bucks. Instant trading credit, only 50 bucks. I think that's how much Apple gives you.
Yeah, I mean, bro, look at something like, say, just the regular S20.
I'm just
S20
doing-
regular for AT&T gives you 1,000.
Verizon's pretty good. 800 bucks. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
but I'm talking about for T-Mobile.
All right, for T-Mobile.
Yeah.
What were you saying? S20?
Yeah, just a regular basic S20.
800 bucks.
Yeah, it's 1,000 with AT&T.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Take another example. Let's do the S10e, Galaxy S10e, 1,000
That's
bucks.
actually a pretty good phone. S10e.
Yeah, so it's 1,000 bucks with AT&T. I believe T-Mobile is, I want to say, 400.
Look at how much clicking is involved. It's insane. Yeah, 400. Get wrecked. What's Verizon? I think they're capping everything at 800. That was their strategy. They're making
Yes.
pro users pay. And I think my hypothesis is what's happening here is Apple gets all of the devices from these trade-in deals, and they can then
Recycles them.
resell the phones, specifically the iPhones, and so it's more beneficial to them. Whereas I think before, if you trade in with Verizon or if you trade in with um, T-Mobile or AT&T directly, then they get the phones because you have to do the trade-in with them. But I think trading in with Apple, I usually feel pretty safe with Apple. I feel confident the process would go well.
I feel confident in the fact that they have retail stores with real employees that if there is a problem that they'll
Yeah,
take care of me.
100%. What is interesting is the caps. So max trade-in credit, if you buy a pro device, is going to be $999. Okay, basically $1,000. And if you're buying the 14 or 14 plus, even though the 14 plus is more expensive, it's $900.
Mm-hmm.
You're only getting the up to $800 in trading credit. So something to keep in mind. Something to keep in mind. So
Which is why I said before, most people will probably just go with the regular Pro. But we got an awesome super chat coming in again tonight from Santiago saying, I wonder if the reason AT&T is having such good deals on the 14 is because of the fact older iPhones won't work with the DoD spectrum, so the 3.45 gigahertz.
okay, so Santiago, that's a great question. And I want to just throw up the chart again because what we see is AT&T is actually giving worse deals on older iPhones. Like what was a 2020? Actually, maybe it's consistent, Dennis. It's 2020 is the year they started giving out the $800 or the $1,000 credit no matter what. Um except for the 12 mini, I guess. That's so weird. Dude, the Pixel 4a, what a find. Like what is going on? Do they just want iPhone users? Like are they trying to convert people to
Well,
iPhone?
dude, I've said this before, non-jokingly, but AT&T legitimately is the iPhone network. They were the exclusive iPhone dealer when iPhone released. It consistently gets the best support. It works the best on their network. Like even things like FaceTime. What network works best with FaceTime video? AT&T. T-Mobile, you already know is bad. You said it
It is
yourself. Your
it is
parents
bad.
noticed
I've
it
my parents have commented on it. I'm like, how is this possible? I'm literally next to an ultra capacity site.
with like 700 by 100 meg at your house. But yeah, no. I mean, I think that I think no, joking aside, I think AT&T just pushes the iPhone harder because that's what moves people, right? Like there are plenty of people on the Android side that want to convert to Blue Bubble Life,
Yeah,
and it's usually not the opposite way around.
it's so true. It's so true. The one thing I wanted to bring up too, and I see this in the chat, is Apple's trade-in deals, and they actually got way worse from the previous year. So let's see. This works. Let's hide this. I think did I delete the row? I might have deleted it by accident. Yeah, I think I did. But yeah, the trade-in value got worse from Apple this year. It was actually better last year. So if we do apple.com/trade-in, they will, I guess it's, what is it, trade-in? Here you go, shop trade-in. They'll give you money, but not that much money. 13 Pro Max, this used to be $760. Actually, no, it was $790 last year. It was so much more. This year, 720. 13 Pro used to be like 640. It's only 600. 13 was like 500 something, I think. Now it's only 400. Yeah,
Hey
get wrecked.
Stetson, to put a finer point on this, because I kind of want to change our perspective a little bit in a second. But to put a finer point on this, can we agree that AT&T this year is doing the best iPhone deals as far as the postpaid MNOs go?
I respectfully disagree. I think from what I'm seeing for trading in an iPhone, I think T-Mobile Magenta Max is doing the best deals, and I think for older devices, I guess it's like two categories. T-Mobile's doing the best job for older devices. Verizon's doing a great job for older devices. AT&T clearly not, only $350. AT&T is doing a phenomenal job for older Android phones. I don't know where that came from. Like the best, hands down. And I think it's pretty even across the board. I think T-Mobile and AT&T are doing the best when it comes to trading in and getting a pro
As
model
long as you have
device.
Magenta Max with
Yep.
T-Mobile.
It's true. And to AT&T's credit, you can actually be on their cheapest cell phone plan, the AT&T, what do they call it? Unlimited starter? Does that sound right, everybody? Sorry, I just kind of like blanked on that.
It's
Yeah,
something like that.
it's AT&T Unlimited Starter. You can be on Unlimited Starter and still qualify, and that ends up saving money in the long run. So props them on that. I think for the 14 plus, yeah, look, Magenta Max is just T-Mobile's trying to get people on Magenta Max. This is their strategy for trying to do it. Yeah.
So now that we got that covered, we're best phone plan, Stetson.
Yeah.
There's many other carriers out there aside from the MNOs. Why don't we talk about which carrier is going to give the best deal that isn't one of the MNOs directly? For
Oh,
example,
that's going to be Xfinity, hands down.
you took the words out of my mouth, and I'm here to break your heart, Stetson. Xfinity, from what I can see, I'm on their website at the moment, doesn't appear to be doing any deals at the moment for the iPhone.
Let me tell you this, Dennis. They will be doing one tomorrow.
Oh, is
Yep.
that from our? Is
Launching
that from our?
tomorrow from a
is that-
contact I have at Xfinity.
Is that the one that gave you the free phone and like the internet?
Different contact. Xfinity's a pretty big company.
Okay.
So they're going to be going live tomorrow. And Dennis, I think it's worth mentioning, actually, now you bring this up, Verizon doesn't even have deals live on their site. Okay? Like AT&T doesn't have deals live on their site. No one has deals live on their site. It's only the deals that have been on the Apple site. And so I think it's just worth knowing that when the pre-order starts tomorrow, you're going to want to go, like Verizon's website, be the first. They don't tell you any of the deals, and you can just enter your email. Classic email grab. But yeah, when it starts, that's when you'll actually get all of the full details.
Well, I will just say, little off topic from iPhone talk, but I am on Xfinity's site. They're doing insane deals right now on all the Samsung phones. $450 off, just by porting a number, going all the way back to like a regular S21 FE, which you could score for $350. Oh, that is a good promo. $50 for gig. Oh, bye. Okay.
Bring your phone shop. Let's do deals. See what they got cooking. Yeah, this will be updated tomorrow, so get excited.
You need to go on phones to see the deals, but it's
Well, this is
$450
showing.
off all the Samsung. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but
This is
it's only
$450
showing you
off.
the S22 is what I'm saying. It's only showing you the full. Like if you go to phones, you can see it's all Samsung.
Emoji. Interesting.
Please go to phones.
All right, I'll
Shop
go phones. Shop phones.
Thank you. There you go. All right, this is what I was talking about. S21 FE, bro. You can get for $350.
I wouldn't get the FE. I don't know. Something about it put a bad taste in my mouth.
What was wrong with it? It was basically an S21, which was a fine phone.
I think I'd rather get an S21 or I'd rather get an S22.
Fair. I mean, it's basically a $100 difference, but yeah. But still, Samsung phones looking nice.
Interesting. No deals on the iPhone 13. Well,
That's
we'll
why
see what
I said I
happens
was breaking
tomorrow.
your heart on that one. Although AT&T is doing a really good deal on the old iPhone 12 without trade-in. They're giving you 50% off, no trade-in required on AT&T site. If you were looking to
Interesting.
scoop
Well,
up a cheap phone.
that's a 2-year-old device, and like, what's the 50% off? Is it what the phone's actually worth, or like what the retail
Kazi
price
mentioned
was?
something which you would probably like. S21 FE has dual physical SIM.
Oh
SIM,
man,
which is
I
good.
remember that, Kazi. You are so right. Gee whiz.
As someone that was complaining about lack of physical SIM, I
yeah,
feel like
did
that's
it look? It rocked my world. Can we talk about what we're ordering after this?
Sure.
Okay, I take everything back. AT&T has the deals live. This indicates that, look at that wallpaper. That is such a nice wallpaper. AT&T is definitely in bed with Apple if they have this live a day early.
Bro, you get so excited over the most interesting of things.
Look at the wallpaper though. That's a glorious wallpaper. Come on, mate. That is a glory. That is just like, oh man. All right, look, we click on it, see offer details. We get, oh, nice. The fine print. So here is where all of the stuff is happening. They're basically inflating the trade-in value. I think you need to go to the AT&T trade-in value site and see what it's valued at, and then you can trade it in. Gee whiz.
So you asked me what I'm getting, yes?
Yeah. Let's do this. iPhone 14, 14 Pro. We got a bunch of different colors. What are you actually getting, Dennis? Are you getting
14
anything?
Pro Max, clearly.
Whoa. Gee whiz. All right, we got to go to 14 Pro. We got to get this out of here.
Well,
We are
bro, you're
seeing.
talking to the boy that likes big phones. Everything in my life is about the big
Well,
phones
Dennis, to be
because,
fair, and in my defense, the 14 Plus is the exact same size and it's
but it's
cheaper.
lacking promotion, which was another thing that irked me about the 12 Pro Max, if you
That's
remember.
true. That's probably the number one biggest disappointment. Actually, there are three big disappointments here. I'll start with eSIM. Everyone knows I'm ticked about eSIM. That's a me thing. Okay, I acknowledge it. That's a me thing. Everyone else seems totally fine with that. Second thing, freaking Lightning. They need to switch to USB-C. I don't know why Lightning is still here. It should just be USB-C. All of their other products are USB-C. It should be USB-C. Third thing, the display is still 60 hertz. Are you kidding me? You're trying to sell a $800 phone with a 60 hertz display. Like, it should be at least 90 hertz. I think that's what it should be. It should be 90 hertz on the 14. It should be 120 on the Pro.
Listen, they should have just used the old display from the Pro, which didn't go down to 1 hertz, and put that on the
Yeah.
regulars. And then, anyway, we got a super chat coming in from the Chaz. Oh,
Sorry about that.
the Chaz. He said, wanted to get an iPhone 14 Pro, but has no SIM. Any solutions? Is there a way to get an international one shipped?
All right. The Chaz. I already dove into this, and I'm going to answer your question for you right here on the stream. Here's the problem, my friend. You can purchase an international one. You can drive up to Canada and purchase one. It might be possible to import a UK model, a Canadian model on eBay,
Isn't the
whatever.
Canadian one still dual SIM too?
It is physical SIM. What do you mean by dual SIM?
I thought it was dual eSIM. I thought it was all of North America that was getting dual eSIM.
Nope, it's just United States. Just United States. And I can confirm that for you. If we go to apple.com, I don't know the actual URL, but I know the LTE page. What does that? It's apple.com/iPhone/LTE. I think iPhone/cellular. So check it out. Here's the problem, the Chaz. Yes, you can import one. Literally every other model. So if you're in the United States or Puerto Rico, you're getting eSIM only, okay? eSIM only. But take note of this. You're getting band N70. That's going to be important for Dish. You're getting band N71. That's also super important for T-Mobile. You're getting all the bands, my friend, all the bands. If you do Canada, Guam, Japan, Mexico, all right, it's possible. Canada, probably the easiest option. You know what you're missing? N70 is here. N71 is here. That's good. But we're missing the millimeter wave. N260, N258, N260, N261, gone. Completely gone. It's just the C-band.
Does that really matter, though?
Look, for me, yes, because what am I going to do? I'm going to speed test this sucker. And I can't speed test it if it doesn't have the bands.
Yeah,
So,
but I'm saying for the average consumer.
for the average consumer, if I was the Chaz,
physical SIM is like your deal breaker,
yeah,
right? Like,
this is easy. This is less easy than I thought. Because like you want millimeter wave at sports games and stuff, but I like percentage of the time millimeter wave is going to impact you is next to zero. If I was you, the Chaz, I would go to Canada. I would buy an iPhone. I would cry, and I would pay the extra money. Someone else mentioned, I think
I wouldn't say next to zero, by the way. I'd say maybe 10% of the time.
well, for me, it's pretty.
If you
close to
live in
zero.
anything that resembles a city and you're using Verizon specifically, I would say 10% of the time.
I think. Well, I mean, like
T-Mobile 0%,
T-Mobile,
AT&T 0%, but
it's
Verizon it's because you
they've been
got
to so much
millimeter wave
better.
because you got millimeter wave in Denver.
Yeah, but
I
Dennis,
have
the
millimeter
phone
wave.
disconnects automatically. It's like
Well,
a
that's
force
because-
eject. It's like a hot potato. It doesn't want
That's
to
a-
go anywhere near that stuff. It's like
That's a you problem. If
That's
you come
a
down
Denver
to south
problem.
If you come down the south side in Pittsburgh where they got the roof mounted millimeter wave sites, man, it's pretty solid.
All right, and then the international one that's sold literally everywhere else. This is the one that's in the UK. So where is that? Literally, I mean everywhere, literally everywhere else. Yeah, United Kingdom. All right, this sucker. It's not only missing millimeter wave, it's also missing N71. So rip T-Mobile, and it's missing a couple of the LTE bands. I haven't done the full comparison, but yeah, I think the Chaz. To answer your question, if physical SIM is as important to you as it is to me, I would go to Canada, Guam, Japan, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, or USVI, and I would get a phone, and it'll work on most things except for millimeter wave, and you probably won't even miss it because, quite frankly, my phones don't connect to millimeter wave even when I want them to. Yeah, There you go. That was a long-winded answer. Um, Kazi has the actual answer. Easiest thing is to get a 13 Pro Max. Yeah, the 13. I hate to say it, but the 13. Like, oh
Big
man.
brain.
All right, so Dennis, you're getting big boy 14 Pro Max.
Yes.
Color. What are you doing for color here?
Which, by the way, can I just say real quick? I know this doesn't matter to anybody else, but I'm really glad that Apple added the extra zero point 0.2 inches to bring it in line to what my Galaxy S22 Plus used to be in size. But sorry, color
What?
black.
You mean
They
the
added
physical device or?
so 13 Pro Max 6.5 inch screen, 14 Pro Max 6.7 inch screen. I'm appreciative of the extra zero point 0.2 of an inch of added screen space.
Wait, is this really? Let me. I'm actually. I This is new to me, so let me fact check this. GSM Arena. Actually, wait. Apple should have a compare thing. Let's use Apple. Apple iPhone compare. This is my favorite part. We're gonna do 14 Pro Max. Let's do 13 Pro Max. Oh wow, the Chaz. Thank you so much for the super. Look, 6.7 are all 6.7, Dennis.
Really? Oh, was it the 12 Pro Max that was 6.5?
iPhone 12 Pro Max.
Dude, one of these was 6.5. I'm not.
Are you thinking of like the 10R? Maybe it's the 10R because you had a 10R. Let's
I have a
do
10R, but
10R.
that's 6.1.
6.1. Not even close. We can do
So
11
close.
Pro Max. There it is.
Okay.
It was the 11 Pro Max, Dennis.
Okay.
So the good news for you is your 12 Pro Max or 13 Pro Max is already the same size.
Yay. Well, never mind then.
Yeah. Show on
Also,
stream.
yeah, another super chat from the Chaz. Wanted it because I just sometimes travel abroad. Honestly, just get the United States version, bro. If you go to anywhere in most of Europe, eSIM's already kind of a thing. Asia is your place where you're going to have some challenges, but even then, I'm going to assume they're going to adopt eSIM because we have a pretty big influence over in places like Japan and like South Korea. There's no way that they wouldn't. And even if they don't, just use something like Airlu.
Yeah, it's tricky. Like, I think the challenge is do you want a local, like a plan from a local carrier? You're more likely to need eSIM, and that's going to give you the call functionality. All of the eSIM plans, the international eSIM plans that I've seen, like Airlo and stuff, they give you pretty much data only.
You
So
meant
it's
to
like,
say you need a physical SIM for calling, you meant.
yeah,
You
yeah,
need,
sorry. I misspoke there. But yeah, the getting a physical SIM tray is nice because a lot of the local carriers still use that and it just works. Okay. I think the ideal setup was you do eSIM your personal domestic United States line, you leave that physical SIM tray open for traveling abroad, and you're happy as can be. Um, so yeah. And then, oh man, Scott, I am 110% with you. All but two colors kind of suck in my mind right now.
I mean, I'm just going to go black. I went black. I go black every time, dude. Can't go wrong with black.
This is actually space black now.
Space,
I
okay.
thought this looked gray, and the website makes it look gray, but I think it's actually much darker in person.
It's
And
not going to matter because I'm going to have a case on it anyway.
Dennis, I
And
dare you to get the purple one.
I just told you I always get black. Dude, the only year I didn't get a black iPhone was with the iPhone 6 regular size. That's when I got the gold, which was like a very like champagne.
Oh, it was
style
like,
gold.
yeah, it was like champagne. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think the gold one looks nice. Look, realistically, my
Also,
favorites.
can I just say I actually like the purple?
I like this. I'm concerned in person it won't look as good. From what I've seen online, it hasn't looked as good in person. So maybe I need to look at it some more. I'll keep my mind open. But
Sapphire was way better than the blue. The blue one that they had last year, much better color.
I haven't been a fan of the blues. Right now I'm really digging the space black. So Dennis, you're getting space black storage.
512.
Ooh,
That's what I have on
holy
the 13 Pro
bananas.
Max.
How much of that are you using?
Uh, 70% of it.
Really? That's a
Roughly.
lot of data for your phone, man.
Dude, there is photos going all the way back to the iPhone 4 on this device, and more importantly, outside of the photos, is the fact that I have a tendency to download things with YouTube Premium so that when I want to listen to something on the road and T-Mobile decides to fail me, I can not be interrupted. You're
Okay.
laughing, but
Yeah, I'm laughing. I think it's funny. Wow, that's expensive. That's crazy.
That and
Uh,
also, I mean,
yeah,
I also have a lot of downloaded music. I think I have like over 10,000 songs downloaded to my phone
that'll do it.
from
That'll do it.
Spotify or whatever they're.
Yeah. All right, look, Scott, I'm with you. Green, what happened? They absolutely just like they wrecked the colors. My
But there was a
favorites,
comment
space black,
earlier.
silver. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Dennis, what do I do for a reviewer? Do I just stick with my 13?
I mean, I already told you if you're looking at just to do like coverage reviews and stuff, four S22s.
Yeah, I think I'll get that. I think that'll be it to start for sure.
Actually, scratch three. No, yeah, four S22s, three for your MNOs, one for whatever MVNO at the time that you're testing. There you go,
The
four
only
S22s.
thing that could change this is if Apple makes it easy to swap eSIM between devices. And then I could more easily like ping pong my eSIMs between iPhones. And then it would be highly convenient because I could
But
stack
it's not
all
an
of them.
Apple problem; it's a carrier problem at this point,
Well, I think iOS 16 will fix the SIM swap thing.
to a certain extent.
So
It's
we'll
still a carrier issue.
I mean, I think it should be. I'm feel so confused now, Dennis. When we were talking about eSIM, you're like, yeah, it's easy to swap between devices, not a problem. Apple
Yeah, it's
makes it
easy to swap between devices for AT&T
okay.
and T-Mobile.
Okay,
And then I
done.
said iOS 16 is fixing the issues for Verizon.
Boom. That's all three MNOs. That's all I need.
But I'm saying, like, you're implying MVNOs with this as well, and I'm saying at that point, it's
No, no, the MVNOs would be disaster because
yeah.
I'm going to be doing like priority data speed. Like that's my big goal. I want to do priority data speed tests and
I mean,
figure out.
Stetson, you know what you could honestly do that would be even easier? Just put your three MNOs on one phone, like I did, and that is your MNO testing phone for iPhone. Boom, problem solved.
Yeah. Well, it's just sometimes I like to put them in Samsung phones. So yeah,
Well, then
Trevor.
get some extra MNO lines. I mean, you overpay for Google Pixel
Oh my
lines.
God, dude. I don't even want to. I was just looking at the line. I have 11 active cell phone plans right now, easily paying $300 a month. Like, what? No one is keeping me in check. What is happening right now? Unreal. Unreal.
Side note, this is definitely Q&A time, so be happy or
Yeah.
totally be
Slap in.
slap some comments. Also, we have 170 beautiful eyeballs. Please make sure you're smashing that like button. It means a lot.
I'm curious, Dennis. Wait, can we get a poll going? Can I delegate that to you?
What's the poll that you want me
I
to
want to
make?
know if the lack of a physical SIM tray is a big deal for you, the listener, the watcher. Do you care about a physical SIM tray? Yes or no? Or maybe is losing the physical SIM tray a big deal? Yes, no. For me, it's a big deal.
How about I phrase it like this? Will not having physical SIM support stop you from buying a phone?
I know. I want to know if it's a big deal or not because
Well, this is a big deal. Will having
well, I'm still buying the phone and it's a big deal for me. So it's like, you see what I'm saying? Like,
okay, I'm gonna say yes. No, yeah. How about this? How about yes? Fine. Your question
is
is.
losing the physical SIM tray a big deal for you?
I already know the
Yes,
answer to that.
no.
Everybody's gonna say yes, just like they said for the headphone jack. But then look
Nah,
over.
nah, man. There's a bunch of people in the chat who totally agree with you. If you saw my tweets on Twitter, you probably saw the replies, and I got eaten alive out there. I was like,
All right.
swimming
So
with
how do you want me to
piranhas.
word this? How do you want me to word this?
Is losing the physical SIM tray a big deal for you? Question mark. Yes, no. It's a big deal for me. Look, Jonathan's already saying no. Brian said, and look, this is a workaround. Brian's already getting the Canadian version because it's got the physical SIM tray. So there you go. Is the poll
I made the
live?
poll. Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you for making
it's
the poll,
loading.
Dennis. I appreciate that. I will
It's
vote on it.
taking forever to load. It's just spinning.
You guys are all chatting. Let's refresh this.
I'm refreshing mine too.
And no, poll didn't come out.
Apparently, I'm signed out of best phone plans.
Oh, lol, yikes. That's a big yikes.
It's signed me out in the middle of me being signed into it, so that's probably why it was spinning forever. Let's re-sign in.
You got this? You got this?
Yeah, I had to just re-sign in and
All
maybe
right, you
re-verify
got it, Dennis. I
myself.
appreciate it. All right, here's the scoop. I'm curious what the audience is getting too. Um, what are you getting, audience, for iPhone? I think that should be the next poll, Dennis. After we do this poll, we'll run it for maybe like 5-10 minutes. See if eSIM is a big deal. Who's getting the Canadian models and
There we
stuff.
go. I had to re-verify. Dude, it made me re-verify myself. I wonder if it's because we're both signed in or something. It just made me re-verify
Nah,
myself.
nah, that's different. Because I'm managing it from my account. You're managing it from a different account. Like it's not like we're both signed into the same Google account.
Like, I already know the answer to this, but it's really not that big a deal. Although Stetson,
Big deal for me. I just want to feel validated, Dennis.
oh, thank you, RFK. Yeah, we're almost to
3K.
3K.
Okay. I want to talk about what I ordered. I ordered everything because I'm crazy. Dennis, you
Well,
had
you
me
can't
absolutely
order
pegged.
yet.
I'm preparing to pre-order absolutely everything. 14 Pro, 14 Pro Max. We're gonna be doing. Let's go back to iPhone 14, and iPhone 14 Plus. Scott, I agree with you. All of the colors absolutely are terrible right now, especially for the 14. I don't mind the blue. Right now, at least online. I could dislike it in person. The purple actually isn't that bad. Midnight, I despise. Starlight, I wish it was just silver. I don't know why they had to do that, but it's okay. And product red. So, maybe it's not that bad, but I wouldn't purchase a blue. Or I'm actually kind of curious how they compare. I would buy Starlight. That's the only option for me. Or the red one, but it's just like so red. So, there you go. All right, audience. Let's do audience chat. See what's pit popping.
Check your Discord and give
Yep,
me a thumbs up if that's cool.
that is cool.
All right.
Dennis is leaving for a moment. He's doing extensive research for us off screen. So thank you, Dennis. All right. Let's chit chat. Hot on stream. What is up, y'all? What color are you getting? Art K is getting red. SMT is going live in 2 minutes. That's good to know. We'll send you all over there as soon as we look good. 13 Pro. Sierra Blue. I'm not a big blue person. I think that's it. That's it. Yeah, 3-3. I am actually, excuse me, 3-tree. I'm actually concerned about this. I was talking earlier, Mint Mobile was charging me $3 to re-download my eSIM. I was feeling bummed about that. And look, realistically, I've gotta come to terms. This is a unique me problem. It's a me problem. And eSIM is the future. So I think I might keep my 13 Pro for now. I haven't decided what I'm going to do for like reviewing stuff if a carrier doesn't support it. Like my good friends Tello, they insanely affordable plans, better on Android. They don't support eSIM yet, to my knowledge. Maybe they do. I think I saw maybe someone tweet about it, but I'm gonna have to double check everything and make sure I'm up to. Either way, stop beating a dead horse. All right, no more. You got it. After the poll, I'll talk about it one more for the poll. So only like a blue shirt. Yes, it's so true. I do like the best phone plan shirt. The logo kind of washed off of this one, but there you go. And yes, okay, I was actually thinking about this. I was thinking of getting 4 iPhone 13s that do support the physical SIM. I'm just gonna keep coming up. I apologize. And yeah, I think I would get the red one for Verizon, the blue one for AT&T, and I think they might have had a purple one, or did they get rid of the purple one? I'll have to check, but maybe I could do purple for T-Mobile, or I'll just do like the Starlight for T-Mobile. And yeah, I'm curious. What are you all getting? 14 Plus seems interesting. The battery life on 14 Plus is going to be outstanding because it's only 60 hertz.
Maybe.
What do you mean maybe? It's going to be outstanding. They
I
literally
mean,
said
it
the
might be better.
best battery life ever in an iPhone.
Yeah, but they say that every year. I'm saying it might actually be better on the Pro versions because of the fact that they can drop down to 1 hertz when you're looking at like static stuff.
Yes, they also have that always on display, and I think that'll kind of sip battery a little bit. Look, officially,
It sips less than you actually think it does, Stetson. I'll just tell you that.
I don't know how much it sips, but let's do 14 Pro. Actually, wait, let's compare. We'll just compare. This is my favorite.
Actually, we didn't
colors.
talk about this, but can we appreciate that finally, after like 9 years, iPhone is finally getting an always on display? Can we appreciate that for a second?
I like it. I'm concerned it'll be even more distracting. Thank you, Dennis. Okay, we go down here. We go down. We do video recording, carriers, cellular and wireless.
I'm
Oh, they've
also
got
surprised we
Bluetooth
didn't even.
5.3. That's pretty good.
I have no clue what that's going to actually do for me.
All right,
But
here we go. Here we go. Official stance. Dennis is correct. Pro Max, 29 hours of video playback compared to 26 hours. Video playback streamed, 25 to 20. Audio playback, 95 versus 100. I have no idea how that happened, but Pro Max, officially better battery on Apple's website. So there you go. It was the
I just
best
wanted to
battery
s-
life ever in an iPhone until 10 minutes later when they released the Pro Max. So
So I just want to talk about real quick. I'm surprised we didn't talk about the Apple Watch at all. Don't you have an Apple Watch that's
oh
in?
yeah, have the Apple Watch, love the Apple Watch. I don't know, it didn't seem relevant to a cell phone community.
I kind of want an Apple Watch. Oh, we got a super chat. EMT837 saying, I'm going to Bermuda for a week. What would be my best option? I have FirstNet. Would it be worth it to purchase a Google Fi plan for a month?
Ooh.
What I'm trying to think. What is that considered? Like, what country does Bermuda fall under?
Is it embarrassing if we Google that?
I'm Google searching it right now. It's a British overseas territory, so that means would Vodafone cover that? It says it's a British island. So like EMT, what I would do if this falls under like the UK, then Vodafone and like European companies tend to have really great pricing. Like you can get like 100 gigs for like $15 over there. If it falls under like that camp, I would just get a domestic SIM. Just get a domestic SIM from whomever. Oh, there you go. That's Bermuda attractions. What are you
Using
what
your
are you
cell
looking-
phone, prepaid. Looks like Digicel. They offer bundles, $10 for 100 minutes, 100 SMS, 100 megabytes of data. Oof, that's expensive. One communication.
Wait, these bundles include unlimited social media use such as Facebook, Twitter, and WhatsApp. So those are zero rated.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. There's another one. And I guess you can get some international calling cards. Look, I think if you want the easiest solution, getting Google Fi would probably work. They don't really like you getting the service just for a month to travel abroad, though. So sometimes that causes issues. But it could be worth trying. I don't know if US Mobile, I don't know what the eSIM options are for that.
I don't think US Mobile will work because I don't think Verizon offers the international travel pass in Bermuda. I don't think they do.
Ooh, it's not an eligible, territory.
I don't believe so. I might be mistaken. Look, you're gonna have to do some Google searching. I'm
EMT,
sorry.
yeah, we're sorry. We're not Bermuda experts.
Bermuda's just such an odd place. Like if you said like Spain or like Italy or something, I'd be like, yeah, just get
We can be
Vodafone
on it.
SP. You know.
My friend just he got Orange, and I know we have someone in the chat who uses Orange. Carl B is going 100% yes on Google Fi, so maybe that is the move. Google Fi is pretty much global and works almost everywhere. Considered Caribbean, okay.
It's MS says that Google Fi has 3 native coverage in Bermuda.
So that
three
means
is
three.
a UK. 3 is a UK carrier. That's the name of the carrier.
So therefore, if 3 has coverage in with Google Fi, then or if Google Fi has coverage with 3 in Bermuda, then 3 itself should have coverage in Bermuda. So you could consider getting a plan from 3.
Also, Ricardo said it's considered the Caribbean, so it's expensive. Yeah, that makes sense.
If you can get by with just Wi-Fi, that's always
Dude, yeah, I mean,
hate to say it, but if they got internet there, free coffee shop Wi-Fi.
it's probably not going to be great. It's
No.
on an island, dude. It's not.
We didn't say it was great. We just said it had to get the job done.
Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to get a 14 Pro Max, probably, maybe.
Wait, what's your hesitation there? Probably maybe? You're doing a trade-in deal? It sounded like we determined T-Mobile is your best option for getting the most value for your old device.
Maybe. I'm debating if I want to be locked on AT&T, but then I'd have the struggle of having 2 phones again, and the phone
I don't understand. Why is that? Why you literally have said you'll pay your parents' AT&T bill even after they pass away.
Yeah, but you're forgetting something, Stetson. What number do I talk to you on?
T-Mobile.
Okay. You connecting the dots yet? What would I be locked to if I go through AT&T?
The problem is not the financing. The problem is that it's locked to AT&T. It
That's
would
the
be your
problem.
AT&T only phone.
The one that I don't
Yay!
communicate to with anyone. So I'd run into the same problem that I tried to avoid, which is having two phones again. Well,
Yeah.
let me
You already
rephrase.
have like 3 phones,
Let me
Dennis.
rephrase. I have multiple phones, but on a daily, if I'm not actually intentionally, conscientiously trying to test, I only carry one phone in the pocket.
Yeah,
That
me
is the
too. Me
convenience
too.
that the Unlock 13 Pro Max brought me. And I really hate T-Mobile, dude. I really hate doing their trade-in deals, dude. It's
Why is
so...
that?
I just had such a rough time, dude, with my Galaxy S22 Ultra, man. It was such a
Yeah.
rough.
Wait, was
Oh,
this for your? This was for you though, right?
yeah. I told you on the free T-Mobile line that I have, I took advantage of the S22 Ultra deal and I got two of them. I got my black one here, which I got from Samsung, and then on the floor behind me is the white one that I got from going through T-Mobile.
Yeah.
Just a rough experience, man. It was rough.
Well, I mean, you could do Apple.
Yeah,
You
I
want
would
to? You want to
definitely go.
find out?
Well, yeah, I'd have to go through Apple if I want the unlocked version. So,
I mean,
yeah.
like you could go through Apple. I think you can recycle it for free. I don't think they give you credit for Android phones.
Well, if I
So
go through Apple, don't they still let me apply the T-Mobile deal or no?
yeah. So if you did the deal through Apple, I was thinking like the full thing. So let's say we're trading in, which is the Samsung S9. Is that correct?
S9 Plus is what I have.
Okay, good
Although I
call. Good
think
call.
T-Mobile's giving less for that, so I'd probably use the iPhone XR instead.
Well, let's just humor ourselves and try the. Golly, this is kind of a long list. S9 Plus, there it is. Capacity, I'm gonna pretend it's 64. I'm gonna
That's
say it's
definitely what it is because that's the only variant that came in the US. Only the South Koreans and Chinese models had the extra internal storage.
uh $55, Dennis. Oh, sorry, this was not on the stream for anybody. I was just looking off. You can get
That's what Apple would
$55.
give me.
Yeah, that's correct. Directly.
Mm, mm,
Um, yep. All right. Well, there you go. So I think
I'm gonna hard disagree with you, Mr. Dudeness. The S9 Plus was honestly one of Samsung's best designed phones, in my humble opinion.
oh man, Cricket is eSIM for iPhone only.
I
eSIM
told
is
you
just
that's the reason that iPhone became my daily was because the eSIM support sucks on Android.
it's so yeah. I don't know, like is this gonna force like is this a Samsung issue? Is this a It's not
It's a
it's not
carrier
bad on
issue.
Pixel, right?
It's a carrier issue combined with the fact that it's an Android issue as a whole, and it absolutely is bad on Pixel.
I like how Apple is pushing the innovation with eSIM and yet Hard Stance refuses
To
to
do
adopt.
RCS.
Yes.
I know. And USB-C.
I am just like
Can we look, can I just say one thing? I just want to be clear here. I don't actually have that much of a problem with the Lightning port, to be honest. My
big
bigger
problems
problem.
with it.
Let me finish, please. My bigger problem that I have with the Lightning cable is not that the fact that the end of it is a Lightning port, but the fact that it's still using USB 2.0 and not has not been updated to like USB Type 3 at the very least for transfer speeds. Also, holy crap, another super chat tonight coming in from Carl B.
I
My
love that
goodness.
fanfare. Do you guys hear the fanfare? It's so good.
What?
It's live on the stream. It's like little trumpet sounds in the background. It's just so fun.
I didn't hear it.
Well, it's there. It's there.
But
Carl
anyway,
B.
T-Mobile support always breaks something every time you call to fix something. Yep, that's basically my experience with them. Like how I went through the absolute horrors of trying to take advantage of a free line deal, talked to some dude who put me on Essentials. And
Yeah, that was. I don't know, Dennis. I feel like
you blame me. It's always
I'm not
the
gonna. I'm
victim
not gonna
blaming.
blame you. I think the free line deal, from my understanding, was more or less indicated for you had to be on the current plans, and so like I get why they upgraded you.
No, it wasn't upgrade. They put me on Essentials. That's not an upgrade.
Yeah, well, okay, so they downgraded you, but
Like even if we said cool, put me on Magenta Max, which whatever.
that took like 2 days to make happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, to be clear here, all in all, I lost my digits line, my free digits line, which is whatever. And all in all, I'm on Magenta Max, which is arguably a better plan anyway. Like, hindsight's 2020. Indirectly, it's better that I'm on Magenta Max because otherwise I wouldn't be able to take advantage of the trade-in deal through T-Mobile if I was on OnePlus, right? So like all in all, it kind of works out, I guess. But like it was pretty painful.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. I think my problem is kind of the deception because I'm pretty sure a rep, wasn't the in-store rep like, yeah, we can get you the deal on your current plan. And then that's just a lie. Like they can't do that. They shouldn't have just lied to you. They should have been like, hey, we can't do that. We can get you the deal if we put you on Magenta Max. Boom. Like clarity. That's all they needed. And that's what they didn't have. And yeah, Noah, man, totally right. USB 2 is slower than Wi-Fi. You nailed it, problem. The problem with Lightning is not the connector, it's the transfer speeds. Like
I nailed it.
You nailed it. That's what I said.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean Dennis. Dennis nailed it. It's the transfer speeds. You can record ProRes video on your iPhone. Take up hundreds of gigabytes for a single file. And the fastest way to get it off, I'm actually pretty sure, is airdropping it.
Which doesn't work on Windows.
It doesn't work on, it's just so slow. Actually, I take it back. The fastest way to get it off is actually to upload it to Google Drive and then download it. Because the Wi-Fi speed,
assuming that you have a gigabit connection.
Assuming you have a fast connection. Because cellular sure as heck doesn't do upload. Yeah, so that's it. And Dennis, let's cancel this poll.
Sure. And I'll also just say real quick, thank you to, I'm trying to think. His name was Austin, wasn't it? The T-Mobile guy that was really nice. They gave him the minute to max.
Dennis. Oh,
it's been like so long since I talked to him. No, it wasn't the store guy. It was our person in the community.
I think it was Dennis.
It definitely wasn't Dennis. No. That was the guy that talked to me about the Minute to Max. But this is later when I was in Colorado. It was Alex. It was Alex. Dude, and thank you to Alex for giving me the insider discount when I did get on Magenta Max, like a year later. Like that was.
Yeah. All right.
I canceled the poll, by the way.
Yeah. We ended it. Results were in. Is it a big deal? 52% said yes. So thank you for empathizing with me. 47% said no. And
exactly what I expected.
It's 120 votes. That's pretty good. I think realistically, it's a problem right now. I'm being, kind of a sissy about it. It won't be a problem, hopefully, in 2 years. So there you go. Dennis, I want to do another poll. I want to know what model iPhone everyone is getting. And that's simple. What model iPhone are you getting? 14, 14 Plus, 14 Pro, 14 Pro Max.
Actually, no. I want to do a poll before we do that.
Okay. We're getting a Dennis poll inserted into the poll mix. How much can you get for a 13 Pro Max trade-in to get a 14 Pro Max? The Mr. Dudeness. It depends who you're trading it into and what plan you have. The most trading credit you can currently get when you buy a 14 Pro Max is $1,000. That is going to be from AT&T on any plan and T-Mobile on Magenta Max. If you do it with Verizon, you'll get $800. And if you do it with Apple directly, you are getting $720 of credit.
Poll is live, by the way.
You can get more credit if you sold your phone gently used, but that's up to you. Poll is live. New poll. Dennis, what are you asking?
I asked a question that's similar to yours, but more specific.
Yes.
If it's eSIM only, will it stop you from buying it?
I'm curious. This is
broader.
Not going to stop me from buying it. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do for like testing out MVNOs and stuff. I mean, I think I already have my solution, Dennis, and I'll lay it out for everyone right now. I'll lay it out for myself. Here's the solution. I keep my 13 Pro, which I'm already going to keep because I financed it on Verizon, and even though it's technically unlocked and I don't think there's any consequence to selling it or whatever, like, I'm keeping this no matter what. So that solves, I'll have a phone with a physical SIM. And then I'm going to get the 4 Galaxy phones to do all the priority data testing, shindig stuff. And I'll get the 14 Pro because that's what oh man, do I want that sucker. And I'll just use that as my daily for as many MVNOs as possible. And during the process, I'll be able to cover eSIM activation, and I'll be able to cover what the process is like for transferring to a physical SIM if you need to. So
Wait, can you tell me why you want the 14 Pro so badly? Like the reason I am getting the 14 Pro is strictly for network testing. Why do
Oh,
you want it so badly?
well, adjacently, it would be network testing. Like I want to do this video, iPhone 14 versus iPhone 13 versus the 12, or like all that stuff. See what the performance is like. The bigger reason for me is the cameras and the new design. I love what they did with
The island,
the island. I forget the first part of that.
the
Dynamic island.
dynamic island. There you go.
Dude, I love it. I love it so much. I like the design. Last year I wanted the space gray iPhone, and unfortunately I ended up with the white one because Verizon's pre-order website broke. So I'm stoked to get that. And yeah.
Do you know it'd be sick if Apple just sent us out the new iPhones?
Well, the phones Apple sends out are actually like 1 or 2 week review units. Like you actually have to ship those back. So it's not.
Unless
I'd
you're in
rather buy it.
KBHD.
No. He actually gets it and has to ship it back. Him especially.
Oh,
Yeah. What they do is they pre-order. Everyone is pre-ordering tomorrow morning, just alongside the rest of us, and they'll get the devices probably tomorrow for review, and they'll be able to do a 1 week review the day the orders go live. And then they have to give the iPhone back. So there you go.
also, I don't know if you're looking at the poll, but when you ask it this way, now you can
Yeah.
see just how big of a deal it really is. Which the answer is
It's not making an impact on Apple's bottom line, but I'm glad we're upset about it.
right. I mean, listen, I'm still upset about the headphone jack being gone.
Why?
then-
Why are you upset about that? Like,
But at the end of the day, like, wait, are you being serious?
yeah, I'm being serious.
Because the headphone jack was used for a lot of things outside of just music listening.
Like what?
I'm gonna give you an example. Do you remember when Swipe used to do like the card readers for like your mobile phone? Do you not know what I'm
It was. You mean Stripe
Stripe? Okay, Stripe. Yes.
or like Square? Square.
Or like Square. Yes. Like
yeah,
any
yeah,
of the
yeah. It
million
would
of
plug into the
things.
headphone. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, and it's also the reason why you see a lot of restaurants buy like the really cheap version of the iPad that still has that because that's a thing. That's an example. Older cars, Stetson, like I'm fortunate that my 2010 has a Bluetooth support, but
Yeah.
like a lot of cars don't, and you need like those adapters that are always headphone jacks at the end of them, never lightning. I mean, there is the point that audio quality wise, headphones always sound better. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Those break so often. You know those break.
Mine's never broken. Never
Bull
broken.
crap.
It's never broken. I did lose one though. To your credit, I did lose one. All right. Here's my debacle against this. Headphones, wireless headphones. You can pair wireless headphones with multiple devices easily. Currently, this could change within a couple weeks, but currently you cannot easily swap eSIMs between Android phone, between iPhone, between other iPhones, okay? For Mint Mobile, for Visible, for the ones I've been testing, I need to get a brand new SIM card and typically contact support. No bueno. Headphones, you can swap easily between devices. You can get an adapter and it still works. All your old headphones still work just with this adapter. There's
Hey,
no
Stetson,
adapter
you see
for
this
some
shark
trays.
bait comment that I'm highlighting?
Sharkbait, yes, there is a difference. You can get higher quality audio when wired. You are correct. I think for most people and average listening, I think wireless provides a better experience and you can still enjoy your high quality audio with that little adapter. Done. Problem solved.
You know what's an even more incredible experience though, Stetson?
What? Hitting
Just
the
being
like
able
button.
just being able to carry around one set of headphones that's corded so that way you can plug it into
I
your
do
phone.
carry around one set of headphones.
So that way you can plug it into your phone, or if you're like at work and you want to plug it into like your workstation that always has headphone jack still, you can use those same headphones.
That's what this is. It just has the adapter on it, and I just plug the adapter off, and then I plug it in. Bada bing, bada boom. If I'm calling you, Dennis, boom, adapter plugged in my iPhone. If I'm plugging it in my laptop for the stream, boom, adapter off.
Listen,
The better case, I think, would be if it was USB-C.
I live in the wireless. Like I've accepted it, right? Like I got over it, And the same way you're gonna get over the physical sim. You're gonna get over it.
I'm not there yet, okay? I'm gonna have to talk to a therapist about this. I was just like, my
Well,
world was
my
rocked. I
rates are
wasn't ready for
50
it.
my rates are $50 an hour to speak to Dr. Dennis.
Dennis, you don't seem helpful on this. You were telling me that eSIM was the future. I don't
I'm
need to hear
very
that.
helpful. I'm going to tell you to cry me a river and get back to work. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and make your own phone company that has physical sims. Boom.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
joking.
John Paul. John Paul, I am so happy to hear from you because you have been talking about getting the iPhone 14 for so long. Thank you so much for your generosity. I'm 100% getting the 1 terabyte Pro Max, but I won't be able to get it until May 2023. That is okay. That will still be a fantastic time to get one. Will you be getting, John Paul, will you be getting the iPhone in the United States, the US model that is eSIM only, or will you be getting the physical SIM model either from the UK, from some other country? I was going to list some other countries, but you know what I mean. Curious what your thoughts are. And yeah,
Side note,
hopefully the adoption is faster. All right.
side note, I just want to mention something really, really random. He's from New Zealand. I just had this thought, but Stetson, have you been to Costco's recently?
I'm not a Costco member, so I haven't really been recently.
Okay. Well, the reason I was asking is because I picked up some kiwis at Costco's, but they're not normal kiwis where like they're green inside. They have a yellow inside. They kind of taste a little bit like a pear, and they're from New Zealand. New Zealand.
Ah, that's where
I
it comes
kind of want to
back.
send you an image of them on Discord while we're talking.
Okay. Um, yeah, I'm curious. The YouTube experiment. Why is the Apple Watch not supported by a lot of MVNOs? I think so. I don't have the answer for this, so forgive me for that. But my question is, what is required for a carrier to support not only eSIM but also supporting Apple Watch? Like, is it up to the MNO, the big guy, to give that MVNO the option to support it and develop? Like, does Verizon need to give US Mobile the option to add Apple Watch? Or is this entirely on US Mobile and the dev team to build the solution for it? I don't have the answer. I'd almost be curious, like, get Ahmed on, ask him, like, hey, what's required for building an eSIM and getting an Apple Watch to work? And we have the New Zealand Kiwi here from Dennis, so let's get this on stream.
Yes,
On
it's very
screen.
yummy. I made my dad try one. It's really good.
Wow,
It's that yellow one, that sun gold one.
golden and gloriously sweet. Wow,
It's quite yummy.
kind of quite yummy. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Metro's getting Apple Watch support. Hopefully, it's not expensive.
Dude, I just want to make a hot take, but if you're getting an Apple Watch, I'm actually of the proponent that you shouldn't be connecting it to a wireless plan because Apple Watches really aren't that useful if they're not paired with their phone.
I agree. I'm 100% with you, Dennis. The only two things, to my knowledge, that you can do with an Apple Watch plan is like access data, which is going to be stream music from Apple Music or Spotify, or listen to podcasts, whatever. Get updates on like the weather, or make and receive phone calls. That's it. To my knowledge, that's it. Like, that's all you're getting. And it's not even fast because the Apple Watch is not screaming when it comes to cellular technologies, okay?
You know what is screaming though? MS with his historical $2.71 super chat of how long before eSIM nightmare get hacked? How secure is it? I'm not sure if you wrote it that way as like a
It's like, it feels like it's
like
kind
a
of joking or
like
something.
a joking, but like
Yeah.
but I mean, if you're asking about security vulnerabilities with eSIM, I mean, the same things that are problems with physical SIM are going to be a problem with eSIM because realistically,
Yeah. Wait a minute, Dennis. That's a great point. Keep talking.
well, the reason why it's going to be the same problem is because carriers like an agent that you would talk to, right? They can still reassign the eSIM profile to a new device. Like that option is there for them, and it's there for them for real reasons, right? Like if you lost your phone or something. But like until you know my famous saying, Stetson, remove the human out of the equation because it's the weakest link in all things. Until you remove the human out of the equation and don't give the control to some random tier 1 rep to be able to just reassign SIM profiles, you're always going to have issues with SIM swapping attacks.
Yeah, this doesn't, I mean, this solves some things. So you can't remove it. So I think this helps if you lose your phone internationally, I think the risk is they pop out the SIM card, they wipe it clean, your phone is gone. they can basically no longer do that, I think, with eSIM. Like the eSIM will still be in the phone. Um,
Wrong.
but you can remove the profile.
Right.
So like, I mean, if
The
they don't
only
know your
thing
passcode, I think your phone is safe. If they know your passcode or the phone is unlocked in some way, I think you're screwed.
wrong.
Really?
Yes.
How do you reset a phone without?
DFU mode.
Does that work still?
Yes.
I'd be interested to try it. I've honestly had trouble resetting my phones. It's been so secure.
There's ways to get around things, dude. There's bugs that iOS literally like it Apple has yet to patch all the vulnerabilities, and I don't think they ever will because these are the same vulnerabilities that police agencies tend to use.
Yeah, I think the bigger thing here is like the physical SIM tray, like the SIM swapping attacks involve a perpetrator connecting with customer support and then making them swap your phone number to a different physical SIM card. Like that
Arguably,
exact
this
scenario.
this makes it easier.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Like whether they swap it to another physical SIM card or they swap it to another eSIM device, like it's the exact same scenario. This solves nothing related to SIM swap attacks.
Also, there's always going to be a market for stolen used phones.
I guess it's true. You can always use them for parts. I'm pretty sure. Jay Blockman 93, interesting comment. Mint Mobile co-founder answered this as well. It's speculated they lose about $10 to $30 per watch, but they do it to reduce turnover. I wonder if that is related to, like, is that per month they lose $10 to $30 per month? Because that wouldn't make any sense. Is it like annually they use 10 to 30 bucks? I'm curious the more specific numbers here.
I'm curious on how they're losing money on it.
Yeah, because you charge for the watch service.
$10 smartwatch access fee typically.
Yeah, it's $10 everywhere except for Visible, which is $5.
And it's hardly using any data.
Yeah, it uses no data. You should get it. Dennis, you are right. Don't get a cellular plan with your Apple Watch.
It doesn't really text either that I'm aware of. And there are ways to there's just ways. But anyway, not Jay coming in with the $1 dono saying
it just says from Not Jay.
Oh, from Not Jay. Well, thank you for the incredible generosity.
Thank you, Not Jay, for the incredible generosity. We appreciate
I'm not sure
it.
What that profile pic is though, but cool.
Thieves always have an angle. Yeah. I think look, the bigger issue is that this doesn't fix SIM swap attacks. In my opinion, it's I'm sad, okay? I'm sad. I'm venting. I'm sad. I apologize.
This 8? I thought this was 8.
Yep. So, a couple of corrections here, the Mr. Dudeness. Based on my current understanding, the iPhone, any iPhone that supports eSIM can store 8 eSIM profiles in total. The new iPhone 13 and 14 can have 2 active eSIM profiles at a time, but I believe it's just 8 total. And it's not like 5 virtual cards are stored on one eSIM. I think it's like they have 8 eSIMs total, and there you go.
Side note, I'm going to end my poll that I did earlier. 67% said no.
Yeah. I think I didn't vote, Dennis, but I think I'm in the no. I'm still buying it. I actually ordered all of them, as you called. I'm going to do unboxing videos. I'm going to pray that they do well, and then I'm going to sell the phones. So if you're looking for a deal on a new iPhone, like follow me in my Swappa page as I cry and give you a good deal on a new device.
Stetson, you know what we need, by the way? Remember how I said we need to get some more stuff designed for best phone plans?
Yeah.
We need a battery charger, like emote, like a dynamic battery charger emote that goes down with time, because I'm slowly watching the energy just get sucked out of your face.
I get hungry, my dude. We've been going for 2 hours.
You look famished. I know. It's an accomplishment that we made it 2 hours, but like, I feel like that would be hilarious. You know what else we haven't been using a lot, and I wish we used more?
Our soundboard.
Mm-hmm. We need dude, you have an actual soundboard that can actually do more than like what the beta thing does here. Also, we got another super chat coming in that's not funny. We got another super chat coming in from John Paul Ginley. He says, at Best Phone Plans, US model, I'll be getting it in LA. eSIM only is perfect for me. I have lost physical SIM cards in the past.
John Paul, I am so happy to hear that for you. I am glad eSIM only is a good solution. I am thankfully I haven't lost a SIM card. I'm not sure how you lose a physical SIM card. If primarily it's only in one phone, but I have almost lost all SIM cards. So fully understand you there. I
Hey
think it's going to be a
Stetson,
great purchase. You're going to love it.
Stetson, you know we didn't talk about like literally at all.
Wait. Before you do that, should we get the other poll going? Should I
Yeah,
knock that on?
yeah, I believe in you.
I can
I
do
got.
it. I can do it.
I
Dennis, what have
think
we not talked about yet? Hit me.
you wanted to ask what specific iPhone people were buying, but that's your poll. Oh, you're asking what I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah. So yeah, you know what we haven't covered at all yet?
What have we not covered?
We haven't talked about the improvements to GPS coordinates on the new iPhones. How they're going to be more accurate now.
Is that just I thought that was just the Apple Watch Ultra.
Nope.
Really? The
Mm-hmm.
iPhones are more accurate too?
Mm-hmm. If you go on the spec sheet, you can like actually look. It talks about it like
Can
under
you pull
like
this up? I'll pull this up. Show this on stream.
yeah.
All right, A15, same chip as before. Camera, True Depth, Face ID, Apple Card, safety. Interesting. That's a new category. They're doing emergency SOS via satellite, crash
And
detection.
crash
I
detection.
think crash detection should make it to other models, but I don't. They could software restrict it.
There you
Location.
go. There it is. The extra stuff. The
Galileo, QZSS, and Baidu.
I think that's what it was.
All
Scroll
right,
down a
let's.
little further,
Oh,
please.
sorry.
I remember looking at
Siri,
this in a different layout and
MagSafe, operating system, accessibility, apps,
uh
SIM card.
I'll just find it on mine and then I'll tell you where to scroll to.
I could also throw it in the compare mode, which is my favorite view.
Yeah, it also might be because
iPhone.
I always keep my stuff in dark mode, so it might also be confusing my eyes.
Lol. I'm a light mode kind of person.
I just realized that they updated in memory of Queen Elizabeth the second,
Yeah,
19th.
Queen Elizabeth II. I think she passed away rather recently.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
I regrettably also did not know that. I'm learning this alongside all of you right now.
Yeah, I just saw this on the like this is the first time I loaded up the Apple page and I just saw this.
I didn't see it.
It might have been under where you had it, or maybe it's under the sensor thing.
Wait, that's 14 plus. Let's do iPhone 13 Pro just for humor's sake.
Specs.
Um, okay, it's missing the high G accelerometer, so that's probably what they're using. The high G accelerometer and the high
No, the
dynamic
high
range-
G accelerometer is for the crash though.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, all right, let's see. Audio, video, Apple Card, secure authentication. Dennis, see if you can find it. We might have to do a
Working on
side
it.
by side window.
Working on it.
Chip splash rating. Lol. They removed the SIM tray, and the IP68 rating is exactly the same. So everyone who was saying it was for water resistance, get out of here. Get out of here. Did they give us a battery, like a specific nit level? Or excuse me,
No.
that's awkward.
Apple never does that.
A specific capacity.
Yeah, they never show the milliamp hours,
Ooh,
dude. That's always-
CDMA EV do Rev A. Some models gone.
I mean, does that matter?
It probably doesn't matter.
It was already being shut down, and we're the only country aside from China that was using CDMA.
I know that was a disaster. I don't have the answer.
I think it's the high dynamic range. No, there was something that they added. Carlos was telling me.
I know for a fact the Apple Watch Ultra got the improved GPS because that was a huge point. It was like GPS 5+1 or something like that. All right, I'm going to make this poll. I want to know from the audience, what iPhone 14 model are you getting? That's it. iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Plus, add an option. iPhone 14 Pro, add option, or iPhone 14 Pro Max. Ask your community. You have the answers. Tell me what iPhone you're getting, and yeah. Geez, Queen Elizabeth passed away today, Dennis. That explains it.
I found it. If you're on the comparison sheet, dude, I found it. It's under cellular and wireless on the 14 Pro Max specifically.
Camera,
it says
video.
precision dual frequency GPS On the regular stuff, it's just GPS.
Precision dual frequent. Wow. That I think is what they put in the
Yes.
Apple Watch.
So the Pro Max, 14 Pro Max will have better GPS.
It will have better GPS.
Yes. Which is huge because I can't get anywhere without Google Maps. So,
Have you ever had a problem with that, Dennis?
what? With maps not being accurate?
Yeah.
All the time.
Really?
Yeah, my house specifically. Google Maps will drop you off like, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it's like a good solid, I'd say, like 100 feet off the mark from where my
I
house is
think you
actually
might
at.
have an address issue as opposed to a GPS issue. Because you know what the dual frequency GPS is doing?
No.
It's using an extra GPS frequency that specifically has improved GPS coordinates in areas where large buildings like skyscrapers are blocking your connection to the satellites.
Oh, you know what? I'll tell you, dude, I'll tell you a place where GPS breaks all the time. It's in Pittsburgh. We have this one bridge. It's like 3 levels, and the GPS always gets confused there. It doesn't know like which level you're on from like an elevation standpoint to give you the right routing.
Yeah, that's normal. I don't think a precision dual frequency GPS is gonna get your level.
Hey,
It's more
look,
like it's gonna work in cities. Like if you're in New York, it'll be better.
look, I'll take it, man. I'll take my improvements where they come. Okay.
All right, Dennis, I hear you. How is this poll doing? I want to see, what are people voting for right now? 6% are getting iPhone 14, 11% getting iPhone 14 Plus. Dennis, I think you called that. iPhone 14 Pro, 36%. Oh, Dennis, our community, iPhone 14 Pro Max, they're getting the big boy. They're getting the best of the best. I think, I don't know.
I
I
was
think,
muted this whole time while talking, wasn't I?
wait, really?
Well, did you hear me talking when I was talking?
Yeah, I heard you talking when you were talking.
Okay, then maybe I wasn't muted.
I
Okay.
heard you even say, oh, wait, mic not working. No audio. Okay, maybe you were muted. I heard you talking.
Mic not working. Yeah, I was muted the whole time. Okay, that's so weird. Okay, let me repeat what I was saying. I was saying, yeah, I think for most people, the average consumer, 14 Plus and 14 Pro is where they would land. No one's realistically going to buy an iPhone 14 while the promos are going on. And specific to our community, because they're tech enthusiasts, because they care about the deeper specs, a lot of them are going to get, if they want the bigger phone anyway, they're going to get the Pro Max, primarily because of things like promotion and the other little tidbit details like the extra battery life and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I think the Plus will be really popular because of the battery and the bigger screen. People just, like, their eyes get a little bit not so good. Not as sharp as they used to be.
Bro, it has less to do with the actual sharpness and stuff and more to do with just the raw battery life and the fact that the keyboard, man, typing on a keyboard on a small screen is a real, you know what.
I mean, I think the 13 Pro, the 14 Pro, that's my sweet spot. I would not go bigger than that. But yeah, interesting to see our community. I'm excited. You guys are gonna have such an awesome day getting the iPhone. I want to know what color people are getting too. It looks like of our audience, of our community, it looks like 82% are getting a Pro model iPhone. So Pro model iPhone from our community is going to be spectacular.
Well, it's the best value, right? If you're getting $1,000, why would you want to get the lesser, like, realistically, why would you want to get the iPhone 14 and 14 Plus, which are basically just 13s?
I mean, I guess I see your point because it's cheaper, but then it really isn't cheaper because you get a free phone regardless.
Yes.
I would say if you're on Verizon, it makes sense because Verizon tops out at $800 of trading credit.
Right, but
AT&T, T-Mobile, Magenta Max, makes sense to go big.
right.
Boom.
But again, if you're gonna honestly, if you're getting an iPhone 14, just get a 13. Just get a 13. There's no reason to get the 14.
Camera, huge improvements to the camera. The camera, Dennis, the camera takes the 13 Pro camera and puts it in an iPhone 14. So worth it. Selfie camera improvements as well. Still getting better battery and stuff. I think it's worth it. I think it's a great
I never
device.
had a problem with my iPhone 13 Pro Max's camera, and the biggest problem I had was like a zoom issue, which still isn't really fixed with these new phones. I wish Apple would like take a page from Samsung's book and do it better, but give me some like 10x or 20x zoom.
Yeah, I would like that. Um,
Stetson, I know you wanted to save this, but can we please talk about the Xfinity news while it's fresh?
Dude, I don't think anyone who's watching a live stream on the iPhone with a shouting image of the iPhone that we are now almost 2 hours into is going to be listening for Xfinity news. I think it deserves its own, man. I think we should
Okay.
save it. We'll talk about it next week. We can give it a headline. Dude, it
Kind of
deserves
wait
it.
the whole week. Can we do a Saturday stream, 30 minutes? Extra content for people?
Dennis is just so excited about the Xfinity news.
Can we? Can we please?
We'll
As a
think about
reward
it.
for people making it this long in?
We'll think about it. We'll think about it.
Guys, I got a new poll. Should Stetson do a Saturday stream that's public, not exclusive to Patreon members, for all of y'all to enjoy? If you made it this long.
Ah, here's the problem, Dennis. This is with Apple Watch.
Oh no.
Carriers need to invest millions of dollars for the infrastructure to allow multiple devices to share a line that is literally like hot wiring a car every time it starts up, as they must bypass the normal cellular infrastructure. Cell path routing is a technical term. The cost is so high that the short answer is almost every provider that provides smartwatch service is losing money. That says losing, I think. Anyway, losing money unless they have hundreds of thousands of smartwatch customers. Um, this is why cable companies support smartwatches, but only so you also have your cable bill to subsidize the cost. Xfinity and Spectrum probably lose $10 to $30 per month on every smartwatch service, but they make up for it because it increases retention on cable and mobile bills that overcharge customers and bring more money in than they lose on smartwatches. Interesting.
That is very interesting. I'm actually shocked because I can't really like okay, we already know Xfinity was basically losing money on their unlimited plans before, unless that's changed. Like because they're basically paying like $5 a gig from what I have understood from people within the industry. So they were already losing money on that. I couldn't imagine Xfinity wanting to lose even more money and eating even further into their internet profits.
Yeah.
Also, Julio and Azif and Ruble are all saying yes. Oh, Matt's also telling you yes. They want the Saturday stream.
All right, here you guys. Here you guys. Um, there you go.
Stetson, let me ask you a question, my friend.
All right.
Is if you were not doing what you do on YouTube,
Yeah.
would losing the physical sim be such a deal breaker for you?
Oh, not at all. 100% not. Like my carrier, I was on Mint before. I would say high probability I would still be on Mint Mobile. They were the cheapest carrier that met my needs, or I'd be on US Mobile. They both support eSIM. Not a problem. And like that to some degree, like Dennis, you had this issue today. My iMessage was turned off because I happened to just turn my line off and it broke iMessage again. So like I have very unique, unusual problems that literally no one else has. I have problems with T-Mobile because I have multiple T-Mobile accounts because I literally have signed up for their service like 5 different times. And it's been a disaster. So
You see this?
Corey's down for Saturday. Wow, I didn't
Or
know
he'll
it.
unsubscribe. MS
Wow.
says yes. Saturday night show. Docs did say 3 hour marathon, right? I didn't say a 3 hour marathon, but
Oh my God. You know,
dude, I
saying
can't believe how many people have stuck it out this long. You guys are absolutely incredible and
you're
bonkers. We got
champs.
114 people still in here. Although,
Still hitting the like button.
yeah, that like button's looking a little sad. Can we smash it? It's looking lonely. But
There you go. I think the problem comes down to the dual number capabilities. Like if you were adding a secondary number, totally easy. But the dual number, nuts. So Oh yeah, Dennis, do we have modem confirmation yet? I don't think so.
I know that for the 14 Pro and Pro Max, it's getting a modified version of the X65 that is actually
I
going to
think both
support
are because they need the satellite.
that. Well, hold on. That is going to be able to support actually four-way carrier aggregation on sub 6 gigahertz. So regular X65 is 3, modified is 4. So that's actually kind of huge. I
Wait.
don't know.
Is that this? Correct me if I'm wrong. 5G sub 6 millimeter with 4x5 MIMO.
No, 4x4 MIMO, something different.
Okay,
That's what I was complaining
my
about with
bad.
Wi-Fi being 2x2 MIMO.
Yep, my bad.
Um,
My bad.
but anyway, but as far as the regular 14s go, I'm not really 100% sure. I have no clue on the regular 14s. It is my assumption, based off of Apple's history and based off the fact that it's still using the same A Bionic chip, that it's going to be the modified X60 modified with the additional antennas required for the satellite.
Just gonna Google it.
Also, Matt, I love that you would hang out for us, man, but you should definitely do your schoolwork, man. It's going to get you places.
Here we go. Here we go. Macworld.com hitting us up. We don't even have to open the web page. Google feeding us the results. It's the X65 5G modem, which is significantly better. This is why I would get it. I mean, my God. So yeah, look, I think I'm coming to terms. My strat is going to be, I'm going to
Wait,
get the
Xfinity
14.
Mobile doesn't have activation fees?
Yeah, they do.
What?
Yep. So Dennis, along with announcing eSIM, there's now a $10 charge for eSIM.
No. Oh, wait, is it just for eSIM?
I don't want to say incorrect information. It might just be for eSIM, but I know there's a new $10 charge.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
It's not all that great, man. Look, carriers, what if they start charging for eSIM stuff? All this
It's the
shenanigans.
opposite of how this should work because there's no shipping cost here. Like, this
I
is.
know. All right, let's say bring my phone. It's easier with eSIM. That's great. Let's check compatibility. I got an iPhone,
I
baby.
would not put your IMEI on the screen
Why is that?
because someone can steal that information and use it for nefarious purposes.
All right, we're not going to put the IMEI information on the screen. I don't know what you would even do for that, but
How about you just hide the stream, pop it in, and then go
it's
from there?
not on the stream. It's not on the stream.
I just hit it, your whole screen.
Yeah. All good, all good. Cellular general about IMEI. You guys cool if I just read this out loud? I'm kidding. That's a joke. Copy. Wait, I think it's the available sim. Copy this one.
Colbert's saying it's for any activation you got charged it today.
Wow. Wow. All right, continue. Oh, I need to sign in for Xfinity ID. Gross.
We do have one of those.
I guess it's technically true.
Hey
Boy.
Stetson,
Yeah.
we never talk about fun stuff when we get this late into the show.
Everything we've been talking about has been fun.
Well, I mean, when I say fun stuff, I mean stuff that doesn't have to be news articles. Like I know in the comments, people always like want to like know like a fun fact or something about us. So, Stetson,
Dennis?
let's get a little update. I know you've been updating people on the Patreon, but how about we get a little house update?
Yep. So I bought a townhouse. It's going great. There's some things that need improvements. 2 of the toilets are leaking. 3 of the doors don't close. Most notably, the downstairs bathroom doesn't close. That's a bit of a problem. But otherwise, it's in pretty good shape. I ordered blinds, so hopefully by the time I have the new iPhones, I'll also have blinds.
Stetson will have blinds put up before I do, even though I have them sitting in my garage waiting to be put up.
Well, I am paying someone to install them for me.
I am also paying someone to
Wait,
install them for me,
what?
but I am waiting for them to come to install them.
All right, so I'm adding a line. I think this looks good. Okay, let's pop this back. just for a hot sec. So I'll show you the page. Let's do unlimited.
Okay, I got you back on screen.
Unlimited, because I'm getting a second line. Stetson 2 also uses this. So Stetson 2. Want a new number.
I thought they updated pricing.
This is with the updated.
60.
Oh, isn't it? Shouldn't be. It should be $30.
Yeah. Well,
What
you got to
the
upgrade
absolute
your plan.
heck?
You didn't
I have
upgrade
to,
your plan.
I have to up. That's manually on me to do.
Yeah, in the app, you have to change it if you're because they'll
Okay.
grandfather you into whatever the old one is, which is actually a better approach here. Let's be real here. Would you really want to be kicked off a plan if it was better than the newer version?
It's true. It's true. I can't give too much flack, but my golly, I would have. I thought it was just automatic.
I mean, dude, imagine if Verizon kicked people off the grandfather unlimited plan that like Sneed and Carlos have, bro.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. All right, let's. Okay. Yep. See the new plan, Dennis. You're 100% correct. Let's show this sucker on screen.
Also, Metro is way worse with their activation fees, man. I think it's like $35.
No, it's. I think it's. Okay, it was like 20 when I went last time. I'm pretty sure. So I got to upgrade. So I got to see the new plan. Oh, that kicked me out of the app to the website. Oh, all right, I'll have to fuss around with that, but let's bring Dennis back. Let's add to cart. Oh, yeah. Here we go. It's actually on that previous page. Does not include $10 one-time line setup fee paid on first bill. I'll be darned, Dennis. I'll be darned.
I'm a little bit disappointed with Xfinity for doing that.
Look, they took advantage of eSIM, man. This is what I'm talking about. Let me get my pitchfork out. I'm going to get out. It'll just be me in a cornfield with my pitchfork, and I will rage against Apple. I
Rage
wanted
against the
to
machine.
I wanted to email who presents the iPhone.
You didn't get my joke and song reference.
That's good. It's good. All right, hide on stream. For those asking for the social security number and stuff, that's Patreon exclusive. Okay, so you're gonna need to subscribe for that. Yeah, Patreon members will hook you up. You got it.
Yeah, mine is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Thank you,
10.
Dennis. Thank you. That was good.
Mhm.
Was that social or was that credit card?
That's my social. The credit
Okay.
card's a 16-digit number, obviously.
Okay, right.
It goes 666 666 666666
Good.
because the devil is the one that is the bank.
Good. But they give you cash back.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I just have to trade in my soul. That's all.
Are we surprised? These companies nickel and dime us for everything. They do. The crazy thing is eSIM should be cheaper because guess what? You don't have to ship a physical
Yeah,
SIM
no
card.
shipping costs.
I'm just outraged.
No
Look, I'm
warehouse
outraged.
costs.
I need time to cool off. That's all it is going to come down to. Let's end this poll, Dennis. I'm kind of curious what color everyone's getting. So many polls. Did it end?
Yeah, I ended it already.
Oh, thank you so much. Can I ask what color?
I guess.
This is Dennis is just like, this is the least interesting thing possible he could be asking about.
Speaking of things that are minorly not interesting, but I kind of want to talk about just for funsies, I would have talked to you about it in private anyway. Might as well just talk about it on here because you always say our conversations are like show worthy. Stetson, as you know, I've been shaving my head.
Yep, I do see that.
And as you also know, I use a safety razor made by a company called Leaf. It's literally called the Leaf razor.
Nice.
And recently I've been dabbling around with different safety blades. I came across these ones that are made by Feather, which are just a dream to shave with. They are so sharp to the point that they're almost basically too sharp because it's very easy to cut yourself if you apply pressure too much, which you shouldn't. Just let the handle do the thing. But I've also been actually playing around with different safety razor handles. Leaf makes a blade called the Twig, and it's more like your traditional safety razor, except it only has like one blade. And it has been pretty fun to shave with. And I am going to make a recommendation to you, as someone that shaves their face, that you should actually try using one of these safety razors.
Dennis, I appreciate your kind suggestion. Can I tell you a little bit of a story?
You don't shave, do you?
So my shaving has increased. When I turned 13, I'm a teenager, my grandmother gave me, and I guess other context, my grandfather used to work for Gillette. They make the razors, right? The classic. Overpriced, like $40, like ridiculous. But anyway, got me a Gillette handle, got me a pack. I think it was like a 5 or a 10 pack. I think it was like a 10 pack of blades. The
We're talking about
first,
cartridges or the actual blades?
the actual, it was a box, and inside the box was 10 individual blades.
Yes, so the double sided blades.
I don't know how to describe it. It's like
Is it a cartridge where you're putting it on the head of the handle, or is it just a blade and like wax paper? You would take
it's
it out.
it's a cartridge. So you like
Okay.
snap it in the handle. It has
Yes.
5 blades. It was a
Yes,
five
those are the
blade.
kind that I'm saying that you should get away from. But continue.
Anyway, the first one lasted 7 years. I used the 7 years. I was only shaving like once a week, 52 times a year. Wasn't that bad. I recently switched it out, maybe 1 or 2 years ago. Man, that fresh blade, that hits different. That hits different. That was like
You don't
smooth.
say.
Yeah, it was great. But that one's still going strong, and I've got like 8 more of these things. So
I'm so concerned for you.
yeah.
Stetson, you do realize that if you do what I'm talking about, you can get like 100 pack of just actual blades for like $10. So
Who would need that? I only shave
someone that swaps their blades out probably like every other shave or 3 shaves because yeah, but this is the one that I originally bought that my mouse is hovering over. I got it in the gold
the
color.
leaf. Interesting. Can we zoom in on this? Wait, I can zoom in on my screen. There we go. Now we're
Or
talking.
I can just send you the link.
Wow.
If
Oh,
I,
it's plastic free. That's nice.
yeah, it's I'm
A
being
closer shave. I don't
good
know
for
if
the
I need
environment. Here, I just sent you the link. You can share it.
that. Okay, awesome.
But I got the gold version of that handle. I actually bought a second one, and I got the twig, and I got one other one because they make one other one, and I'm gonna give one to my dad. But while you're pulling that up, I'm gonna just show you what I mean by blades. Because what you're talking about is cartridge razors. That's newfangled tech, and I am talking about the old school way of shaving before cartridge razors were a thing, which would be something like this that I'm also sending you. Now these are the most premium types of blades, so they're a little bit more expensive. They're made of feather, which are made in Japan. But you can get some like Astras, like 100 pack for like $10, and they're
Wow.
pretty good. Yeah, Stetson, you shouldn't be using your cartridge razor, by the way, for so freaking long, dude. That's like not normal. Like the little strip that's probably on it's like probably so dry.
Dude, it gets the job done. I can shave, you know.
No, you just like pain. That's what you like. You like pain. That's cutting yourself territory in pain. Are you showing that leaf razor that I sent, or should I? Have been
I mean, you were already showing that. I didn't see the second link. Oh, here
I
we go.
sent you the first one and the second one. I stopped sharing because you wanted to zoom in, but
I want to zoom in. So,
Yeah,
these are actual razor blades.
yes, that's what I was trying to tell you. They're
Whoa, that kind of looks scary. Where do you even mount this sucker?
well, in the
Oh my
case of the
God.
razor, you snap it in half. 'Cause
Gee whiz, you're just like running a blade right over your face. Yeesh.
Just joined all the talk about the case for the 14s. Wait, what? What about cases?
Oh, like the case for Get It or like the case is? You getting a case, Dennis? We know you're
Yeah,
getting a case. The answer is yes.
I'll probably just get the Apple one.
Yeah, I think I've been getting Apple leather, but I think the truth is, I kind of like the environment. I'm a big fan of it, and I respect whatever you want to do, but I think I'm going to pivot away and
I
probably
don't get
go
the
with,
leather. I get this one.
the silicon one. I think I like that one. It's a little bit lighter. I think it works really well. And I also get a bunch of case manufacturers to send over a bunch of cases. So I'll probably do a video on that too.
Can you show on the screen what you were showing the people so they were aware? I kind of want them to see.
The razor?
Yeah, the razor and the blade, because you were like, oh, it's like a blade. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, this is what Dennis was talking about. Is this
Yes,
on?
that head, by the way, is like a more traditional safety razor handle, and then that blade is like not
look at that.
proprietary, so like lots of competition.
Blade against face. Look, there's 1 and 2. Is that like the depth of the shave or something?
No, it's double sided. If you notice, it's a double sided blade. If you
Whoa.
scroll down to like the next image, you can see how it would be placed in a traditional safety razor. See, goes in like that. You just slide it
That's
on top.
terrifying. Oh my
and then you
god.
just close it. It's really not. If you go back to the feather, what I was telling you is it's more like your traditional razor, like a cartridge razor, in that it's not double-sided, which is why you just simply snap those little blades in half in the wax paper and just slot it in, and it's good. The first link is what had my razors.
Interesting. Yeah, I will say this is a little secret for everyone watching. You didn't know you're getting this. The active ingredient in shaving cream is actually water. So if you run out of shaving cream, you can use a lot of water. And that's why it's easier to shave if you get out of a hot shower. Your whiskers are all kind of, I don't know.
This is not phone talk. This is just a random fun thing. I've just been getting really into my shaving routine. I find it quite zen-like and calm. And for the people that were complaining in the comments that Dennis doesn't talk about anything in his personal life, I told you my life's kind of boring. But here you go. This is
exciting stuff, you guys.
This is something that takes up my time. Again, it's legit pretty zen-like. I feel very. Every morning when I get to do a fresh shave, which is typically every other day, I do the head shave. It feels quite refreshing.
I love it. All right, accessories. Also, new AirPods Pro, Dennis. Those looked super clean. Accessories. Clear case. I actually strongly dislike that.
I 100% agree with you.
I don't think. Don't quote me on this, but I don't think. Well, maybe they will work. I don't think. No, the cases won't work with the Pro, and I don't think that's the case because. Wait, I think I used double negatives there. The iPhone 13 Pro won't work with the 14 Pro because the camera bump is bigger and because the 14 Pro has a slimmer bezel. I'm 60% sure about that.
So I can't use my 13 Pro Max case on a 14 Pro Max.
I am 60% sure that's the case. I could be mistaken. We got Umber. That actually looks...
a terrible color.
Wait, is it brown to you guys? Or is it like red?
That looks brown.
I think it's brown. I kind of like it.
I don't like it, especially not on the purple.
This orange, horrible. I had that last year.
Especially not on a purple iPhone.
Disaster. Oh yeah, we can fix that. We'll do the black one. Midnight. I don't know if it's blue-ish or like actually black. If it's black, it's fine. If it's like
black is black. There's a black color right before that.
That's ink.
That's
black. Purple. This is not black. This is a purple hue.
Oh.
Yeah, that's purple. Forest green. This one would look good for a little bit, and then it would get a little dirty. This is probably one of my favorites. I usually like just that brown that gets that nice patina, but yeah, Dennis, I don't know. These don't. I
like the black. I always go with black. Whatever. I think it's
midnight.
Yeah,
anyway,
this one.
So that was actually leather. So we got to do the silicone case.
There we go.
This is comfy territory. Okay,
that's actually pretty.
This looks pretty. That's a great way to describe that. Succulent. Oh, that's such a great combo. Oh my god.
That is a really good color, yeah.
That one's a little bright, but still pretty good.
That could totally work though. That could work. Black and yellow, Steeler colors.
You mean yellow?
No, black and yellow. Get it? Steeler colors.
Oh,
so yellow on
you would get a black
phone.
phone.
Yeah, I'm saying
it's like a bumblebee, you guys.
Or Steelers, the football team, Pittsburgh Steelers, black and yellow, black and yellow. No.
Okay.
You don't know the song? Come on.
Anyway.
You don't know the song?
Elderberry. Okay. That one doesn't look good. We got a pink phone. That kind of works.
That works for the purple too.
Pink on pink looks pretty good. That
pink on
also
black.
Pink on black. That's hot. Yeah. That's contrasty.
Okay, by the way, when you said that's hot, it made me think of the meme from the YouTube rewinds with
hot.
Freaking what's his face? Will Smith.
Yeah.
Storm blue. Midnight. Yeah, midnight. Yeah, midnight's my color. Midnight.
Storm blue, hard thumbs down from me. These off blue colors are throwing me off. I don't think I like them. Hard no.
Product red is always a good choice.
Okay, I immediately take that back. This one looks pretty good. The blue on blue, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, and then product red is always a good choice.
No, I don't like it.
No. I'm talking about the case product red.
Oh.
Thank you.
So much red.
Yeah.
This one, I think it's a little bit too bold for me.
I mean, it would work well on the product red iPhone.
It's so red, Dennis. Look at this.
I know, but if you're getting red, man, I mean,
I'm just trying to save lives. I think midnight. Look, if there's any hint of blue in this, I will be thumbs down upset.
There is not, because that's what I have. Midnight.
You have midnight? Okay, good. Look, here you can see exactly what I mean if we zoom in on the camera. This glass has like a bluish hue to it. It looks like the case is more gray. So there you go.
Also, just to answer a fun question from MasterChef, since he asked, how long does it take to shave my head? Typically, it's going to take it's going to be like a 45-minute excursion. And the reason for that is because my process that I've developed is hop into hot shower with like my two different, like the moving handle and like the top one, get myself all nice and like wet on the top, so like sets and said,
It's the active ingredient. Really helps.
opens up the pores, makes the hair a little bit softer, and then I immediately step out because I don't have a mirror in my shower, although I kind of want to buy one off Amazon like a stick. But anyway, I hop out, I have towels on the floor and stuff to like take the water, and I sit in front of the sink and I begin my shaving cream process and shaving, and I usually do about 2 different passes, one with the grain, one against the grain, typically is the approach. Then when I'm done, I feel it up a little bit, feels good, hop back in my shower, actually finish my shower soap again to clean off everything. I'm all fresh and clean. And I end it with I have this like after balm that's like got like a menthol-y like feel to it. It's like a lotion. Rub it on. I think it also has like sunscreen built into it too, so my head doesn't burn. And I'm good. But it takes me like 45 minutes. I'll probably get better at it the more I do it, but it's a evolving process.
Sweet. There you go. All right, Dennis, we're at the 2.5 hour mark. I'm hungry. My battery is at below 20%. I'm in low power mode right now.
On your phone or your Mac?
On my Stetson.
Oh, well, I was just keeping it going. I ran out of topics to talk about a long time ago. I wanted to talk about the Xfinity thing, which it sounds like you're going to do a Saturday show.
Yeah, we will let people know. And
actually, this is not the longest episode. We had a 4-hour episode before.
It's true. It's been nuts. It has been nuts. So,
all right, I'm cool. Yeah, that sounds good. Food sounds good for you and
for Dennis. And we can kick back, watch TV. Yo, are you guys watching She-Hulk? There's a new episode of She-Hulk.
Is it on HBO Max?
It's on Apple TV Plus. No, I just said all of the wrong words. Oh no, it's on. That's when you know I'm hungry. I'm fatigued. Disney Plus. I had a plus in there. What is that, like 30% credit? I failed the class.
No, I haven't watched it. Didn't know it was a thing. Although what I did watch is I recently watched the Elvis movie, and you're gone. Stetson, I was really tempted to flick you off as you walked away, and I didn't. I controlled myself. But no, I did watch the Elvis movie, though.
How was that? I haven't seen that yet.
Actually, really good. I think it's honestly...
Damn. Wish I saw it in theaters.
It's actually so good that I think that even if you don't know anything about Elvis and don't like the singer, I think you'll still enjoy the movie. I watched it with my dad. Yeah, great actors, great cinematography in it. Really.
Wait, do we end the color poll?
Yeah, I did. No, we didn't.
Ooh. Oh, this is so interesting. We got Space Black, 33%. We got... Sorry, I clicked the end button. There we go.
I also clicked it, so it showed up twice.
It did show up twice. That's good. We can confirm the results. Deep Purple, 43%. I think Space Black is going to be a hit. Silver, love Silver. Gold, always a classic. Interesting. I think for resale value purposes, Space Black and Deep Purple are going to be top 2.
Mayo Playlist asked an interesting question, and by interesting, I'm not sure what it is, but they said, hey, bro, this iPhone 14 Pro Max is okay using mobile bank app this phone. I'm not sure I understand the question.
Yes, it is okay to use a mobile banking app on the iPhone 14 Pro.
Yeah, I use my banking apps on all my phones.
Me too.
Oh my God, we got another super chat to end it out, man. He snuck it in. MS,
thank you so much.
Fun guy, fun show. Okay, I'm getting tired too now. Fun show, guys. See you Saturday. It's confirmed, Stetson. You can't back out now.
See you guys on Saturday.
I'm gonna give this the proper ending. Like seriously, we're gonna end this now. I want to thank everyone that did show out tonight. I can't believe the fact that 107 beautiful people managed to stay all the way out this far into our show. I want to thank everyone for the incredible super chats, especially Carl B.
Carl B, the absolute champ. We had you on the stream for at least it was half of it, and then it was a quarter of it. We kept going for so long, but yeah, Carl B, the absolute champ. I hope you enjoy the $100 a month in savings. Think about it. 1 year, you can buy yourself a brand new iPhone with all the savings you just had.
Yeah, so if you're still here, man, like you are honestly going down as the legend and best phone plans history. Like you literally just dropped a freaking tactical nuke on
I wasn't even ready for it. You got the fanfare, but we should have had something else.
Yeah,
something
man, that was
more
awesome.
Special.
But you weren't the only one. You guys were wild with the super chats tonight. So thank you, everyone, for your generosity. MS, you're always here, bro. Santiago, always here. Always appreciate you. Really appreciate everyone that came out. Appreciate all the comments. Appreciate all the questions and interactivity. Make sure you smash the like button and share their favorite part with a friend. You can even timestamp in the comments for someone if you want to make them go back to maybe something silly like Dennis's shave talk, if that's something you really like. And yeah, let's end it with the traditional piece.
Peace.
I don't have the end button.
I have the end button.
Okay,
I got it, you guys.